I guess it would be how close to home is she.
Yeah. Well, it's like whenever she gets in games, I'll let her know, and we'll invite her. But my issue with toll roads is more so the fact that they're a regressive tax system. Because it's you're charging like $2 for this, and it's like, well, they don't have to use the toll roads. I'm like, except that you're putting these toll roads in places that people have to go.
They put toll roads in some place where
I don't mind toll roads as actual bypasses to other highways.
Yeah,
when it's the only reasonable route, like time-wise, only reasonable route, like between Tulsa and Oklahoma City, you either take Route 66 or you take the toll road. Route 66 is not an alternative.
In Dallas, when I was at least going there for a convention, they had it up in Addison. The only way to get to Addison was by a toll road.
Yeah, and that's it. When it's the only way, it's fucked up, and it also like it's just it gets really weird whenever it's like, you know, we need a road for the poor people to drive to the rich people houses because that's where they work. Yet the rich people aren't going to drive this. They're not going to use this path. So it's literally only for the poor people. The poor people have to pay for it twice.
Right.
And so many of these things, like I fucking hate them because it's basically like rich people don't want to pay taxes, so toll roads.
Which makes no sense because you're just making the poor people pay you more.
Well, that's because rich people don't like paying things. There's this great line about, like, you know, the easiest way to become a millionaire is to learn not to spend money. Most people don't want to. Most people don't want to be a millionaire. Most people want to spend millions of dollars.
So, and I just wanted to double check where Addison was because I thought I knew where it was, and it's that one. That's not a big thing. That's actually not a big deal. That's the thing about Dallas is it's actually they have enough highways in Dallas that you can usually not take a toll road and still get there within like 10 minutes of the time, like if you had taken a toll road.
Yeah, no.
That's the thing. I'm talking about like the difference between taking the toll road between Tulsa and Oklahoma City is 90 minutes versus taking Route 66 is an hour and a half. You know, so it adds. It's like it's a lot more than adding a tenth of the time. All right, I need to kill this turret or I'm gonna die.
Yeah, and the problem is toll roads, like, and of course the issue there is a lot of what happens, like the toll roads, like, oh, they pay for themselves, like, because the original thing in Dallas was the idea that, like, okay, toll road would be a toll road until it pays for itself, and then it would stop being a toll road. Problem is, they kept it as a toll road because, like, this makes a lot of money, people are used to paying it. Let's just leave it a toll road and just drop taxes.
Well, that's the other thing is that. A lot of cities don't plan, whenever they make things, they don't ever plan for maintenance. That's the thing. They always assume that the initial cost is the only cost that thing is ever going to have.
Well, no, but the ongoing maintenance is generally, it's in taxes. Maintenance is actually a reasonably predictable cost. The problem is whenever you have
but so many, well, yeah, that's just it. Is so many cities prefer to just cut and pretend that maintenance doesn't exist. That's the thing.
Yeah, like
there's so many cities that are just like, you know what, maintenance isn't something we need or something we can put off, you know.
Or it's not something we don't need. It's like it's something they need.
It's like, we can put it off till next year, and then we can put it off till next year. We can put it.
Well, we have a budget shortfall now. We can either lose this or not do road maintenance this year. And then it becomes problematic whenever that's what they do every year. Yeah. Every year they delay it. And that's what's happened with the U.S. infrastructure, like the road, like all the bridges and everything. Like, was it something like 90% of the bridges in the U.S. are like D-.
What's that, Rockets? Yes, they
are like marginal at best because they haven't had the maintenance for that long because the local people that were doing the maintenance, they just stopped paying for it.
You guys gotta let me get some kills, otherwise I'm not gonna get the... Because the only reason I need the kills is for the stacks. That's literally all I need the kills for.
One of the annoying things that I've noticed about Dallas and Austin is that there's constant road maintenance being done, or road construction.
Well, of course, one of the fun in San Antonio, like San Antonio is famous for one of the loops being constantly in construction.
We gotta
actually completely... That's actually a completely different thing because the contract for constructing that road was given on a not for completion. It was given for the company for days, like for days worked. So they have no impetus to actually complete the road.
Yeah, they are trying to stretch it out just so they can keep on getting paid.
Yeah, and it's like because like as long as we're on there, as long as we're out there, we don't have to get anything done. We just have to be out there, and that's why the road doesn't get finished. And it's a corrupt system. Like it is straight up known to be a horribly corrupt system. That's why like there was a road that whenever I first lived in San Antonio, we moved away when I was like 6 or 7, that was still in construction. It was still under construction 5 years ago. Like that same section, it was still under construction.
You have to give people reference of how many years that is.
Oh, so that's about 15 years. So it was that same section was under construction for 15 years in a city where it rains thrice a year. Like it was under construction for that long because they had no impetus to actually finish it.
You would imagine that San Antonio government officials would eventually wise up and just fire the workers on the spot.
The reason why was because in San Antonio, the city council that made that decision were horribly corrupt. They were bought and paid for by the construction company. They were known friends in that. And the bigger issue was also that they had a long-standing contract. The company for that the construction had that it was a very poorly done contract. Like it was an ironclad contract that they just could not get out of. And eventually it became that I think it was eventually resolved whenever the San Antonio said they renegotiated the contract is what it came down to. And waiting on Lucigi.
Yeah.
Because a couple minutes is what she said.
Yep. Probably home and just turning on the PC.
Yep.
I'm going to use the bathroom while waiting.
I will also do that. It's a good time to do so.
Okay, so now apparently Lars is Jewish.
What?
The I thing is is a Yiddish thing.
No, saying I is completely French. I'm telling you that much.
No, the I is Yiddish.
Yeah, maybe. I don't
Totally
know.
Yiddish. Totally Yiddish.
I'll believe you then, but that was just a compilation of I, so just whatever.
I.
Yeah, that's French for ouch, basically.
I'm still gonna make the joke that you're Yiddish now.
Yeah, but I'm not.
That's why it's a joke.
Yeah, but it's not funny, so stop trying to be funny.
It's funny to me, and that's all that I care about.
Whatever.
You notice that Atticus doesn't have cheeks?
It doesn't need any.
Like all the other thralls have cheeks, but Atticus has no cheeks.
I mean,
Like,
all the other trolls have 2 arms.
How does that work? Like literally, like there is no, like you can see his teeth. Like there's a band of like the end of his mouth. There's a band of flesh there, but there is no band of flesh.
I mean, Atticus is the only troll with like rings on his arms as well.
Okay, I realize that, but his face isn't cybered.
Also, you notice how the arms on the HUD is not the same as it is shown on the character. Like, you get what I'm saying?
What do you mean?
Like, you see the arms when you're playing Atticus, they're on the top, right? But when you see the character Atticus, the arms, they should be like on the bottom, like on the sides, the bottoms, right? Don't you think so?
The spikes?
The arms.
The arms? I don't.
The arms, like the the things on his head, like the horns.
Oh, horns. Okay.
Yeah, horns. I'm sorry. The H sound in English is impossible to me.
Yeah,
Like, I'm sorry.
I get that.
Okay, he made it a little bit too easy for that.
I am
So
back.
don't you see, like in the game they are like above his head, but
Yeah.
in reality they're on the sides and even on the bottom.
Well, I-
Something about getting
I
game.
have
What
to
are we
wonder-
talking about?
I have to wonder. Well, we're waiting on Lucigi.
Okay. But what was Lars talking about? In game?
Oh, the horns.
Oh,
how,
Atticus, yeah.
Like Atticus, in on the HUD, the horns are in the top of his head.
Yeah.
Whereas when
Yeah.
you look at the actual character, like for
That's
his
because
head,
the
they're on
camera's like
sides.
where his neck and like right above his necklace.
where his chin, the camera's in his chin.
That's completely stupid.
They did
Why?
that in a like with Kelvin, it's in his mouth.
Well,
Yeah.
Yeah, that's even
I don't-
worse.
Eldragone, his head
yeah.
doesn't turn around even though he spins around it with his main melee combo. He does a 360 spin in his melee combo.
Same thing with Galilei. Something with Galilei and
Yep.
Wrath.
Yep.
You're right.
I think that's primarily to avoid confusing the player.
Yeah.
Whereas, for
But it's
Atticus, I
still
think
funny watching your arms spin around you.
Yeah.
Disconcerting in a way.
I think most of that's actually the reason why Atticus's camera is like in the front of his chin is to avoid you seeing the entire bottom half of the camera taken up by his chin.
Well, not not only that, but I think that they actually wanted the horns on. Like they tried to put distinct visual elements in every character so that you wouldn't forget who you were playing.
Yeah, I can get
So
that.
you could actually like at any moment at time, like if you had forgotten, like you looked away and forgot who you were playing, you look back at the screen, you know exactly who you were playing without looking at the portrait in the character. Which they ended
I'm
up, I
sorry,
think,
have
putting
you-
the portraits in the
Have
character
you
for that
ever,
specific
like,
reason.
ever forgotten who you
Yes.
picked?
Yes,
Seriously.
I
This
have
is
actually
Natsu
in
talking
PvP.
about- yeah, I
Like
she has forgotten who she was.
there you have to remember there's times when I'm doing PvP so casually because I know the other team is very new, I will random and I'll just be like talking to chat on the side and then be like do something. I'm like, oh, that was the wrong skill, I forgot who I was. And I'm like, okay.
Natsu will forget unimportant details like this.
Because it's totally
I
not
don't
important who
mind,
I'm
like,
playing.
Like, you know, seeing your arms because you get to see your weapons.
Usually there's a couple of characters who don't have a, so like Thorn, unless you're running, she
Yeah, you
doesn't
don't
have
s-
any
yeah.
like visual cues really.
You can see her bow.
Can you see her
I
bow
mean,
when she's not doing anything?
You can see her bow because it's still down there at the bottom of the screen. Yeah.
Is it okay?
And the
But
the cursor. too
hers,
is
well,
different.
every cursor is different from every character. But it's like I said,
That
it's
should be
that's
the
well,
end.
that's what I mean is they have portraits of every character and different pictures for every skill. But I still am not looking at those things because they're ancillary information. I'm looking at whatever I happen to be like. Oh, I wanted to kill these minions, you know. I'm trying my hardest just to focus not to kill the players, you know. We're not going to Paris.
I mean, I'm not going to Paris either, but you know,
Well, you live in Marseille, don't you?
South.
I do.
Yeah. He lives in Marseille. What the fuck would we want to go to? What the fuck would we want to go to Paris?
Like,
Well,
fuck
I was-
Paris. I live in the beautiful city, in the
Yeah.
most beautiful city of France. Like,
He's in the French Riviera.
yeah, I know,
How the
right?
fuck we gonna-
as a double standard because you, me, and Natsume are in Texas, and there's a Paris, Texas,
Mm,
and
I'm very
Alright.
close to that.
Lars
Yeah,
Too
is,
we're
close to
actually- yeah.
is in France, so there's Paris, France. So basically, that has a double meaning.
I get you, but
Well, I mean, yeah. I
Well,
mean,
if
I
you-
guess I'm not going to Paris, Texas either. So.
Middle of nowhere.
I wouldn't know that.
Did you know that there's also
Hey,
a Paris,
Lucy.
Illinois?
There's commercials over here, Lars, that make fun of that.
I mean, I know that there is a Paris on every single continent in the
There's
world.
also a Las Vegas, Arizona.
except Antarctica
or New Mexico.
Except Antarctica. There is not a Paris, Antarctica.
and the same, it's the same for Rome. Like Rome does too. Like I have cities everywhere. Like there's a Rome in everywhere.
People will
Texas-
just name shit.
Yeah, like we have a bunch of biblically named towns in like Eastern,
there's Jerusalem,
middle,
Texas.
well,
There's Jerusalem,
just in
Texas.
central like United States, you'll go through like a million Lebanons.
Yeah.
Lebanon is a popular. There's a
Not
whole
only
bunch
that,
of names
there-
like taken from the Bible that are used just as like town names or whatever.
Oh,
That's
Lebanon.
right.
That's French colony, right?
um.
Oh well.
No.
In
Yeah.
Texas alone, though, there are some towns with some weird names. Like there's actually a sunset and a sunrise, and then there's actually a town called Toilet, as well as Cut and Shoot.
Although, you know
10
what's
miles
even
from
better?
Greenville is Orangeville.
Do you know what's even better than that? In California, there is a town called Zizix.
I always pronounce it Zizix.
Yeah, it's like
Oh, world here. Let's go.
ZZYZX.
Wow.
I
What-
think it's all X's, isn't it? Let me take a look. Let's Google
No,
that.
I mean-
there's Z's.
There's
There's
Z's.
Z's. There's Z's.
I mean, there is a town called Batman in Turkey. So you know.
Okay, it's XXYYXX.
XXYYXX.
I
Why?
think.
Like.
Oh no, that's a band. Hang on. I'm trying to find the Californian town.
Well, if you want to talk about weird
It's
names,
ZZYZX. ZZYZX.
Okay, ZZYZX.
Yeah, ZZYZX. Zizix.
if you want to talk about weird names, there was actually
Let's go.
someone in Saudi
Do
Arabia.
you want two or one bots?
I would actually prefer 3 bots now that we have enough people, if everyone's okay with that. Just so there's more opportunities for me to get things. Because you guys seem, I mean, we all seem to be enjoying killing them, right? It doesn't
Yeah.
hurt to kill them.
Well, my thing is, as long as it doesn't slow down the win, I'm fine
Right,
with
as
it.
long as they don't capture a point, then we're fine. Or, like, deter from a point.
But in Saudi Arabia, there was a guy that was actually named Superman v Batman.
Yeah.
Are you
Cool.
still on Atticus's?
Yep, I'm at like 177 or something like that.
Of course, when you look in the actual translations of a lot of a lot of names that people will give like their kids nowadays, if you look at the archaic translations for what they are, they'll be similar. Because people forget people when you're giving someone a name in a language that you don't speak, you're liable to give them a name that like makes no sense.
Yeah, like in Japan, there are some names that are actually words over there, but the names I'm talking about are actually English names, but they're actually words in Japan. Like Dan actually means stage or level.
Yeah.
Kin means punch or fist.
I've heard that Ken actually meant like blade or scissors, because when you're asking for scissors, you ask for Ken.
Well,
Capture and hold
it's
energy collectors
known
to
as
earn points while defending the
fist
collectors from
or
enemy
punch,
forces.
because if you remember the Street Fighter moves, they always the most used ones
Well-
for Ryu were ended in Kin, because you had
Well,
the wave motion fist, which is Hadouken,
The
Well,
and
first
then the
game to
rising
reach
dragon
1,000
fist, which is
points
Shoryu
achieves
Ken.
victory.
Keep in mind that's also like that's the weird translation, because there's a lot of context for there's multiple ways to use it because it's metaphor.
Yes. Also,
And it-
like there's 2 different forms of Ryu in itself. Ryu can mean dragon, but it also can mean
Style.
style.
In the form of.
Collector C secure.
Yeah. Well, that's because
Oh shit!
I'm
That's
coming,
'cause
Lars. I'm coming.
That's because that's because Japanese
It's just
actually
Milka, you're fine.
has a lot.
A
Japanese
belt
actually-
Boulder. You can kill Boulder.
Japanese also has a lot of metaphor to it.
Yeah.
There's a lot of metaphor and context.
Power play. Enemy
Huh,
forces at
wrecked.
40% strength. Collector B secured.
See, we can handle 3 bots.
Thank you.
We'll protect you, Lars. Just call for help. The Paw Patrol will answer.
Which is what I did.
Well, the Claw Patrol. How about that? Here's Boulder. We got a nice bot Boulder coming for us.
We're not Benedict.
Let's be best, you and me.
I think she's making a reference because the fact of my name and then all you guys.
No, I think I don't know. I
It-
don't follow Claw, so
I went from Paw Patrol to Claw Patrol. The Paw Patrol is an actual thing.
I know, but what, like the question is like, what were you looking for with Claw Patrol?
Just a pun. Like, oh, it's not Paw Patrol, it's the Claw. Oh, the Varelsi killed her. Darn it. Is that Clee still alive? Can you save him for me?
Oh my.
Well, so much for that.
Nice.
Oh,
It's alright, I'll get the boulder. He's not gonna fight back. Please don't
keep
attack
running
him.
from me.
Don't
Please
attack
keep
him,
running
he's
from
not gonna attack me. I'm in no danger of dying from him. Thank you.
Thanks to oh.
Man, what a nice kill.
Hi, Dandy. I almost expected her to say, hi, Dandy, I'm also Dandy. Like a Rendy. She said it
that
in the
would
same voice. Like, I was really expecting her to say that.
That actually would be kind of funny. Hi, Dandy. I'm also Dandy. Hi, Randy. I'm also a Randy. I know that's a terrible Randy voice.
Yeah.
Hi, Rendy, I'm also a Rendy. We should hang out sometime.
Yeah, that wasn't quite the same either.
Yeah, I can do it better sometimes. I'm just not as good being consistent.
I mean, how does one imitate Ashley Birch? Like, please.
Hello, Boulder. I am also Boulder.
People
Yeah,
are
no,
gonna
no,
die.
Yeah. Please stop.
You're offending his delicate. You're offending his delicate French sensibilities.
Yeah. Yeah, that's my kill. Thank you.
Oh. You needed to kill him? You
That's
hate
what
him?
you get.
Wait, who needs
Oh, that's
now,
my punishment, is it?
Does anyone need anything? Cause
Yeah.
I wanna like kill something.
Oh, you wanna kill
besides
things too?
you.
Yeah, I need to kill things
There,
and then
Natsu, take this guy. Take this guy.
coming. I thought you were gonna kill him, that's why I left him.
You kill
No,
Sequan,
I'm just
then
getting him
Natsu
ready.
again.
There's no UPR, so there's nothing I need.
I think I don't have anything. 'Cause I got my daily done by accident.
Did Clee slip by us?
Use your ult, or use the skill so you can get credit.
I will, in 7 seconds. Okay, yeah, I don't think we're gonna find anyone.
I mean, it's
Please.
over. So.
See, I used it. We're good.
Did it actually count though?
I'm pretty sure it does. If it executes, it'll count it.
Well, I'm not sure if it has to if it has to finish resolving or if it
No,
just has to.
it doesn't. You just have to, because when you get the credit for it, it happens when you activate the skill.
Okay.
Yeah. you literally, like, when the charges go away from your thing, that's when it counts.
Okay.
And that happens immediately when you activate the skill. That was
I
a
just-
far more effective match with 9. That's so much faster. Thank you, guys.
I just checked my current session time on Steam.
A lot. Many hours.
Well, 550 minutes.
I
like-
have been streaming and recording for 9 hours and 13 minutes, so...
Oh shit.
Wow.
Yep. And that was... I started recording a little bit before we started actually playing, because we sat in lobby for a while. Waiting for a
Yeah.
5th person.
I need a live sometime.
I mean, it's the weekend, right, Lars?
Well,
I
I
have
mean, yeah.
I have a life. It just happens to be online.
We're gonna go banana
Next
yellow
on
Atticus now.
I'ma go Thunderbird.
This skin on Atticus actually disturbs me. The color of his skin actually perturbs me.
That sallow yellow.
Yes. Looking at that,
Is this the one or is it this one?
it's that one. It's the Limb Claimer, which is his 14 skin. It's supposed to be green. Oh, this is the same one that looks good on Benedict because his wings are yellow and his arms green. Oh, yeah.
Wait, and it's like you look at his body and it's yellow, but then you see it next to the green and it looks like a
It
green.
reflects the green off of the material. Because if you turn his neck, you can see the green reflects off of his skin. So turn him around and you can see watch the bulge where his Adam's apple is.
Good, guys. You got another Atticus to punch with.
Oh, I'm actually more interested.
Well,
in
he's
pu- in
probably not
punching-
going to pick tenacity, so
punching
we
the
should be
Rendy.
good.
Well, he's got a 50% chance of taking it.
50%
Capture and
chance.
hold energy collector.
I'm just saying that
Transform
RNG is not always
defending
kind,
enemy forces.
especially to the bots.
Okay, so Natsu and
Opening
Claw
bay
need
doors in
kills for stuff. I'm just trying to make sure because I don't want to like kill something.
Natsu needs to kill stuff. Natsu needs kills for.
Claw
for
needs to
lore,
kill
where-
Kid Ultra, right?
1,000 points.
No.
I thought it was UPR.
Oh,
UPR.
UPR. Okay, all right. Thought it was
Okay.
LC.
So there's no one here again.
All right.
I'm
Well,
just
with
making
at least
sure.
with 3 bots, you have a better chance. We can increase it to 5 if we think we can handle it. I mean, we usually do. We can bump it up to 4 in the next one and see.
Easy
how
to kill,
that
but they would still give us a little bit of a fight.
Collector
We got a
C
cop
secured.
like Galt
Collector
Whiskey
B
Alani.
secured.
Oh, he just pounced over me.
Montana.
Great.
Kid Ultra stuck on a shard.
Like, typically happens with me for some reason.
I don't think he picked tenacity, you guys. I think we're okay. I'm watching my health drop, and I don't think it's getting. He might have. I'm not sure.
It's not getting more intense with each hit.
There we go.
Enemy forces
It wasn't
under
noticeable enough, so
strength.
if it was, then thank you.
Yeah.
And they're all dead right now. Yeah, they all got the same respawn timer. Thank you for the heals.
It's like I haven't played as the support in a long time because I finally got everyone to 20, so now I can play support because that's like my favorite role.
Yeah, after this, even though I have 2 things left, I'm not gonna be able to farm them. So I'm just gonna be literally. Oh, we got an Arendi over here. I'm gonna just work on getting people to 20. That's literally gonna be my next goal.
Yeah.
Because it's so easy with this. We've got Benedict to level 20 from like level 12 today.
Yeah, that's crazy.
It's insane.
What's very funny is when I
Whoops.
started playing
I almost-
Andy,
wow.
At half strength.
I started playing her today because I'm still playing Calderius playing him. Jandy, when I started her, was level 2. She's level 17
Oh
now.
my gosh.
So that's holy.
Well, part of that is aren't we all using XP boosters?
Pretty much.
Yeah, all the XP boosters. I'm gonna work on this Arendi over here. You guys can work on that if you want. But yeah, after this, I'm just gonna play characters and get them to level 20. Like Atticus is probably gonna be to level 20 by the end of this.
Elegant, no?
Thank you.
Enemy
Is he your
forces
last
under
one
1%
for
strength.
lore?
Well, I have 2 more, but I can't. I have to hit like multiple. It's not gonna be feasible in here.
It's not stuff that would happen in capture.
2 characters, 3
Okay.
pieces of lore. Yeah.
I'm just
Yeah,
To
it
slow
would
4
be
things
better off being
concurrently
out there
as
or
Montana,
something like that.
which would be
Yeah.
way too difficult to ask for here. And then the Eldragon one where I have to kill minions, which is not possible here. And then the that one's mine. Nope. Okay.
Oh.
That's cool.
I didn't think I would kill her.
I didn't take it.
I got him though. That's cool.
Oh, you got this one. though.
Yeah, just by ulting.
That was a straight up Atticus versus Atticus v Atticus slugfest. You're just punching the fuck out of each other.
That's how it works, right?
Yep. That's how Thrall stuff works.
You're supposed to let Atticus kill that.
It's
That's why I
alright.
stopped attacking it.
Sorry.
We might kill him in the next 15 seconds, and then I have a skill to use if that's the case. Come on down, Atticus. I need to kill
Try
you.
to stun him.
Oh, not up there though. Yeah, wait till he's done here. And
Force the
4,
stun. then
3, 2. I think he has too much health. I'm not gonna kill him in time. Yeah. Oh well.
Thought I could stun him, but it didn't.
I mean, we still got 5 towards that one. That's better. Like I said in the past, I was only getting like 1 to 3 kills a match. Like I would get 3 kills if you guys never killed them. So this is much better.
I'm just gonna keep
not gonna
playing
complain.
support.
It's nice to have someone healing, because I usually I die at least once a match, or I teleport back once a match, because they do enough damage.
I haven't played support in a very long time because they're like the first category I got to 20
189.
because there's only 7.
I only need 11 more.
I in the same way. It took me like until I was getting to level 20. I was getting so tired of playing attackers.
Yeah, it's like there's
I loved playing support. So I'm like I can't play. Like I think Natsu was there when I did it, and I was like, fuck yes, I can play Alani again.
Yeah, I remember that. I remember that.
stuck with Pendles and Eldragon and all the attackers. I'm just like, I just want to play like
it's fun playing some of them, but like sometimes you really just want to play a support.
Yeah,
That isn't Beatrix, because fuck her.
Yeah, she's hardly
what's wrong with
qualifies as a
Beatrix?
support.
Fuck
She's
that
not a
bitch.
support. Beatrix isn't a support.
She is a support in the loosest sense of the word.
She's like a weird.
She is a poorly executed support.
Like Ernest is more of a support than Beatrix.
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
I'm
Ernest is
getting
a better
rickrolled by
support than she
Spotify right
is.
now.
Say again?
I'm getting rickrolled by Spotify. That's nice.
Oh, Spotify is playing it for you?
Yeah.
That'll teach you to be so memey.
Oh, look, we got another bot boulder. We're so lucky.
Yay!
Just so you know, I'm giving you the finger right
well,
now.
you know it. I'm not playing
Well, I will
D&D
take
anymore,
that
so
from
why-
you, and I will put it on the
why
shelf,
God?
okay? Does that make you happy? I will put it on my mantle.
Oh yes. Please.
I'm dancing to it.
And you
Never
know
gonna
what?
get
You're not
you
getting it back. I will not return your finger.
Aw.
So you know what that means? You can't give the finger back to anyone else either.
Yeah, but I have another one.
Yeah, but you know what if I take that one too? Because you will eventually give me the middle finger again.
I give you one.
Hold energy collectors to earn
It's
points
symbolic.
while defending the
No, you
collectors from
get to
enemy
keep it,
forces.
but I gave it to you. Like
Oh, so
I can't give you another one. That's,
It's like the Statue of Liberty.
yeah. You only get one.
1. Go. The first team to reach 1,000.
Yeah, isn't that typical? The French guy has 2 things, he only gets the American one.
Well, I mean, the French have actually been really, really generous with America. Like for the history, like
That's
I mean,
because
I
they know we're
gave you
cool.
New Orleans.
B secured. Collector A.
Referencing the
I mean,
Statue
you
of
didn't
Liberty,
really
there's
want
actually
New
2
Orleans,
Statue
be
of
honest with
Liberties,
us.
And only the Americans have one.
well, the first one they made was actually it was a like the story of the second statue was actually it was actually kind of interesting. It was more of like to bring
that
our
the
two
real one or
nations
the
together
clone?
by having the same thing.
Yeah.
That's the real one I first dashed.
I'm at it. Yeah.
Harani?
You're not going anywhere.
Oh my gosh.
You
Benedict.
stole,
The
stole
second
that
time!
kill.
He killed Kid Ultra too. He's on a roll right now.
I didn't kill Ultra.
You did! When he was
I-
sitting
I-
up there. Was it Alani when she was up there? You killed her
I
twice
killed
more?
Boulder and
Oh, that's
Alani.
right, Boulder. I killed Kid
Boulder.
Ultra.
Yeah.
So,
So stop believing me.
Oh, one of
use your
those is
skills.
fake.
Okay, I got
I
some
went
fire
into the
up
gray
here.
zone for the second time
Yeah.
there. When apparently the gray zone is really low in this map.
Probably because it's set really high.
Come on, I just want to hit her
The map?
once.
I don't think so.
Yes. I got an assist. I don't care.
Well, it's got a long bottom. Like it takes a long time to fall to your
But
death.
that has no relevance on the height of the skybox. They literally can place the skybox wherever they want, and it can be any size they want it to be.
I get
I
supreme support as Benedict. Something's wrong.
That's assists.
This will not be.
I think that's called you suck.
Because
That's funny.
Oh,
want me to
that's right. I
kill
get
all-
charges off of her
Kill
clone.
all the kills.
Your
I can
dibs
do
are
that.
forfeit. Of course, she hit us from right here. I moved, so it specifically would not get me, and it got me anyway. We got a baiter. Oh, nice pull. Oh, well, it doesn't work past the wall apparently. I've never known about that. That's good to know. We have to pull back, you guys.
Break line of sight. Come back
Yeah.
over here so.
And she'll jump
She's
down.
out.
And now she's dead.
Nope, bubbled. Oh, yep. And gotta get back so D'Andy will come down with the clone.
Yeah, you have to break line of
And
sight and
then,
then come down.
boop.
Is that the rear one?
It doesn't matter. I get stacks off both. Oh well,
that
I
was the
didn't
rear
get that one. I didn't get the kill.
My
that
priority
wasn't me.
target screwing stuff up.
Oh,
No!
that's another assist.
I mean, come on.
Double
this is
assist
the
against
rockets.
Boulder. Who's
I
gonna
didn't use
have
fire.
more kills than me this round? Oh, well, you guys are actually sharing them. Oh, yeah, I thought she was down already.
video, kill the radio star. The fuck am I listening
She
to
does
80s
not want to
music
come
for? Like,
down.
Why
Is there another
like-
bot somewhere?
Well,
I
there's
think
one.
so. I think there's actually a bot over here.
I'm gonna get the boulder. He won't fight back.
We just got 3.
He's
Boulder,
running away! I have... Oh my gosh. Boulder.
Boulder and Dandy going towards Thrall's.
2 seconds. I'm not gonna do it.
I just
Yeah.
followed me.
It was worth a try, though.
Is the priority target screwing stuff up since it does more damage so someone could accidentally get the kill?
Yeah,
No, it's
someone
fine,
could,
you're
but I
fine.
mean, it doesn't really matter. I only need, like, five more kills? And I can do that in one more match.
I worry. Yeah, I don't know.
I mean, we're
you're
up.
fine.
I mean, we're gonna be playing more than one more match.
Legitimately, if it was a problem, one of us would be telling you it was a problem.
Yeah.
That's true. You wouldn't just be. Yeah, that's
I
true.
mean, you should know by now that we are pretty frank over here. We say things.
Yes.
The
Yeah,
CG's
and-
always worried
and-
about this sort of thing.
That is not a joke about him being French.
Good catch, Kit.
Fuck yourself.
That one did not go
Oh,
over your head. You caught it.
Very few of these jokes go over my head.
That's not the point. It's a joke because it's a reference.
I know, I caught it. Yeah, I get it.
Yeah.
Because apparently I am, Drax.
You and me both. I
Oh,
think
you don't
more
get-
me.
You don't get
I'm
sarcasm.
a lot more.
Oh.
I'm a lot more naive.
Well, see, I catch it so it doesn't go over my head because I like being an asshole and being literal about it.
You like
You
throwing
suck.
it back at people.
Yeah. To me, pedantry is humorous.
Atticus thinks it's funny too.
I mean,
Glowing. He's glowing.
to me
I
it
like
looks
the
like
word
it looks like something else, but you know.
That's because you're French?
No,
He looks like he's scratching. Actually, now that I look at that.
that's not scratching.
Well, from this perspective, it looks like he's scratching his thigh.
From my perspective.
Well, yeah, he could be anywhere from the far left to the far right from your side, so I don't know what he looks like from yours.
From my perspective, it looked like he was trying to hump Cleese's chair.
Not on here.
That was the best thing about the old, like, layout, because all the characters would, like, intersect, right? If you had, like, Montana and he turned his gun, he would intersect. Oh.
Dude, smack someone with his gun.
The party starts in 3, 2,
2,
1.
1, go.
Begin.
Oh, fuck yourself, Nova.
The first team. to reach
Yeah, she's like, wait, you have to wait for the door to open. That's just when the timer starts.
I honestly have to wonder how much work they put into changing systems that players had no problem with.
Yeah, yeah.
Like, how much work do they
Because
put
it's important to them.
into quote-unquote fixing the loading
Collector
screen?
B secure.
Yeah.
Like,
Collector
really?
A
We didn't
secure.
care about that stuff.
Hey, there's my clone.
Oh, Marquand.
Collector C
Yep.
secured.
Did you say your club?
Her clone.
Clone.
Does someone kill
It's
Kiddo?
Shadow. I don't need it. I'm just.
You
kind
don't
of here.
regenerate. Come on, kill Kiddo.
He
got
upgraded
Shane
the
right
accelerator here. Great. It's one more thing for me to kill.
Come on.
Oh, I was gonna come love you with the
Don't
Shane.
need him.
I got it! Come here! Oh, I got the accelerator.
Wow.
My one charge.
Wow, and after that you talk about me, yeah?
I know. Yeah, Keith, you have 2 kills now. I only have 1. I need 4 more kills in the
know.
next 2
I
minutes.
know.
Such a bad person.
I'm a
Alright.
terrible
I like when
person.
they back into the corner like this. This is the best part. There you go.
Ooh, I almost stole him. I didn't mean to, though.
I am an absolutely horrible person.
Yeah.
I'm so
should,
bad.
Shanae? Oh good, Shanae is cloaking.
I'm so bad you'd be ashamed to call me French.
He might die in those rifts, actually. Now that I'm thinking about it. There we go. Okay, good. Yep.
Oh, my.
That tase.
Nope.
Tase, bro.
That.
I didn't kill it with the tase. I did not get the kill for that.
Oh, you didn't
I
get
still
the
only
kill?
have 2
You
kills.
got the assist.
I did not get the kill.
Come here, Marquand.
No, I mean,
that tase.
You know what? I'm gonna stop. Like, bye bye.
That tase.
Yeah. Okay, so yeah, Lars. You know what? The tase didn't get the kill.
The rocket tase.
I shoot one
He
rocket.
wouldn't have died if you weren't tasing him while Benedict was rocketing.
I didn't get the kill though.
It doesn't
I
matter.
stopped.
You assisted because you lowered his health enough that he did.
I blame the guy that doing burst damage, not the guy doing not the person
Oh,
doing
good.
damage.
Shane me. Pull me out of this, Shane.
There we
Alright,
go.
where's... Oh, Marquois? I'll wait for Marquois.
No, we attacked the drone.
See, the bots are smart.
They
They actually target the
they-
drones.
Yeah.
Oh, I can't get him from
They
here.
just-
Hang on. I gotta
They
chase
destroyed
him
my
down.
rift. They destroyed my rifts.
Because if they're anything like the PvE... Benedict?
Should I kill him?
No! I only need one punch on this guy. Come on.
One punch.
Go get the Varelsi.
Did I
There's
kill him?
so many things for you to kill that aren't bots that I need.
Oh, you don't need all the bots.
I need 5 of them. And at the rate we're going, I may not get them all.
You already got 5 kills.
Do I have 5 now?
You have 5 kills.
Okay, that was the last one I needed then. Oh.
Oh, we'll stole that kill by accident. That's
Yeah, it's alright. I didn't see it come on the screen. That's why I haven't noticed it.
Here.
It's possible that I got a kill that I didn't activate a
There.
thing on.
There. Kill him. Kill him.
I'm head bonking on him. Okay, activate.
Forces at 40%
Okay.
strength.
I body blocked.
I used it, so we should be good. Okay, yeah, I just got it now. So one of those kills actually it didn't activate on time. Alright, well we're good now. We got it.
Oh.
I got it in the last like 15 seconds of the match. GG.
awkwardly activated like to the rest.
Alright,
of
now we
the-
need to look at who needs what for levels. I'm gonna play whoever my lowest level character is so that I don't feel pressured into playing. Like, I don't want to top off whoever I already have at high levels because that's more time spent playing other characters that I probably am not entertained with.
That's what I did. I made like everyone like rank 18 or rank 17, 18 before
So
I.
I just finished off characters so I would get them done with.
Well,
That
that's
was
the
my
thing
deal.
though, is if I do that now, that means I'm gonna have. Let's look at the character rank. I'm gonna have a good portion of my characters like rank 16, and then I have like actually on PC it's pretty solid. Montana's only 11, but I'll play Montana. I'm ready. Like I know that early on, I actually had like 4 or 5 characters that were
Do you still
like
want to? Do
ranked-
you still want to do 3 bots? Or should we?
I actually don't need any bots at all now. So anybody that wants bots, I mean, Claw still
I
needs
still need
UPR.
UPR.
So you may as well just for the increased chance.
Yeah.
Well, if
So-
anyone.
I need to
Sorry.
play. I need to play more Law. I need to preserve her as my favorite, as my favorite character.
I have only one more level for D&D now. She's level 19.
Can't decide if my favorite character is Oscar, Mike, or Alani. Because like
No.
one,
The game will say what your favorite character for different modes are by how often you play them.
they're equal. I'm pretty sure in like matches. I think they're both like 67.
Yeah, well, my Alani is 109. My Atticus is 92, which is a bit too close. I do like playing Atticus, but he's not my favorite.
Amber's actually one of my higher played characters in public matches because we almost always needed a support, and she was my first support that I mained in the game back when matchmaking was still a thing on PC.
God damn it, guys!
Still no UPR. What the heck?
We could
What?
bump it up to 4
Oh.
bots.
Yeah, I mean, hell, if it was 5, we'd still probably get it. Of course, if when one UPR does actually appear, we all know Lars is just going to keep killing him over and over again.
Oh yeah, totally.
Or you know what it is? Lars keeps playing Benedict, so maybe all the UPR bots are like, holy fuck, we deal with him enough in the UPR. We don't want to face it. We don't want to face him here.
Makes me feel bad for Benedict. Kind of.
I wonder
No
if...
one likes you. You're kind of an asshole.
Oh, you're a Lavender Claw.
Well,
I was wondering if my keyboard remembered colors for people. Like how it assigned colors, if it was like by the person that joined the room or if there's some sort of other
Capture and
thing.
hold energy collectors
Who's
to earn
lavender?
points while defending the collectors from
Claw,
enemy
I believe.
forces.
Am I still lime green?
No, because someone else was lavender before.
Yeah, you're lime green. Well, it only has so many colors. It doesn't actually...
2,
I was lavender.
go.
No, you're blue.
No,
Yeah,
well,
but
he
I
was
was.
lavender before.
Oh, he was?
1,000
Okay. Well, you're blue
He
now.
was.
Victory.
So what color am
Interesting.
I?
You speak again?
Blah 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 blah
You're
blah
blue.
blah 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 blah.
You're
blah.
regular
I'm
blue. Someone is
You're
cyan.
inexistent.
Unless it's
Cyan.
mixing colors, and that just makes it look
Collector
cyan.
B secured.
Oh shit, Caldarius. Oh wow. I'm getting. Oh,
I'm coming,
nope.
kid.
Collector A
You
secured.
okay?
I'm gonna die. I'm gonna die.
Oh, sorry,
It's only
Lars. I'm clipping on geometry before I even left the base.
It's only Reyna.
Oh yeah, two
Wow, I got-
supports, you got
Secured.
this.
Collector A
I got
locked.
first blooded. That's sad.
I'm gonna buy the turret here just in case.
I had to solo bot Reyna.
I mean, you can heal yourself. It's not like I was soloing bot Reyna. I can't heal myself. I'm only a Montana.
Well,
Swing
I
against
don't.
Isaac in the turret. This is scary.
I don't have a shield, so I was getting crit like crazy. That is the one thing.
Oh yeah.
Oh no, he's hit. Crap. Or never mind, he's going to the girls.
Collector A secured.
I'm gonna just camp at this one exit here. Oh, level 4. GG.
I'm gonna probably swap to my my crafting loadout, because that's one of the few things I still actually need to get. One of the challenges I need for capture.
Yeah, crafting stuff.
The buildables.
Yeah. I still need to do that too.
So have you guys
I
looked
cannot
at the
kill the
material for the
guards.
green stuff in the walls? It's really cool.
You know why it's really cool?
Awesome!
You know why it's cool?
Because they have the, what is it called when something in the distance moves slower than something nearby in an animation?
Parallax.
There's parallax in this material.
Well, I was gonna say it's cool because it's freaking Econar.
No, there's parallax in the material. And it adds a depth to the surface because it's like, oh, this must be like a foot deep because that surface behind on the back looks like it's
Only
moving
2
around.
hostiles remain.
Welcome back, Ghost Zone.
Oh, that is really cool. Like,
You looking
because
at it?
There's depth to it because it's partially transparent. Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, isn't that
That's
neat?
really cool. I did not realize that.
I was staring
That
at
is
that
very
earlier as Atticus.
Yeah, it's got the parallax where you can see where the back and the front. Like, I think they did that. I think they actually did that by making it slightly transparent.
No. The actual, it's a material. It is not, that's a material setting. This mesh does not have any depth to it. There is no backside to this
Really?
mesh.
Huh.
No, it is a material setting.
Power play. Enemy forces
Yeah, that would
at
be a
half
waste of
strength.
resources, actually. Transparency is one of the
We're at
worst wastes of
4-3-2-1-0.
resources.
Our kills are 4-3-2-1-0.
Oh, I'm cool with that. I'm surprised I haven't killed Reyna the 2 times she came over here. I didn't know I got assists on both of those. What did
Oh,
you miss,
4-3-2.
Ghost?
That's
Well,
funny.
we're loot boosting again with 5 people. I'm done with lore, so I'm literally just leveling people up. I like stunning bots for you guys. I feel like I'm useful. The other bot is running to the other exit, you guys, or claws.
I like throwing people up in the air with this catalytic smash.
Woo! In catalytic smash.
Catalytic. I can't pronounce things. Like,
Cat smash.
I was about to apologize. I refrained. Oh, who died?
That was me.
Oh,
My favorite thing about being at this doorway is you can see the bots every time they come out, and I can ping them for you guys. Apparently I'm level that's not possible.
What? Command rank or
I
character
can't
rank?
I can't be character rank 15 because I was 11, but I just got something for Montana, and I haven't done any lore.
Character rank 12?
I guess, but it's like a title. He doesn't get a title until 15, does he?
No, he shouldn't until 15.
Let me look.
Oh crap!
Did you break the game? I have a black screen.
I have a black screen too.
It's stuck on the victory screen.
Oh, yay.
Yeah, that's what I have.
Oh, I can hit options and quit. But it'll make us actually lose the thing.
Quit.
Okay, alright. Well, that sucks. We weren't gonna get the loot.
Well, it's
No,
I mean, that's only...
it to you,
Oh,
I
it does?
think.
because it said victory. As soon as you quit, it immediately goes to the victory summary.
Fantastic.
Yeah, so you still get it, I think.
Yeah. Oh, you know what? I bet the title is for playing 10 games as Montana. That's what it is.
Okay, I will post you the live link.
But I don't need it. Ta-da! Yeah, I think that's the title I got, was winning 10 matches as Montana.
There we go. That link should still work. Does it? Or there's still a weird lot.
There's a different number. It's 052 instead of 649.
Okay.
Yeah. I always forget to look at, instead of the last numbers, you have to look at the second to last numbers.
Well, I just want to make sure, because I've had times whenever I did that, it still didn't work.
Yeah.
So I had to get it. I had to do it again.
Yeah, I understand.
So let's see.
I wonder if there's any titles I'm missing from Capture.
Anyway. I'm pretty sure I have all of you on my friends list anyway. So.
I don't think I have you on my friends list.
I know I have. I could have sworn I had you on my friends list.
I sent a friend request to you earlier.
You did?
I'm pretty sure.
Oh, maybe
because I'm pretty sure you were the only one that wasn't on my friends list.
Because I know I've got a few of the gens on my friends list, so.
Maybe I'm just stupid. I don't see anything.
Yeah, I don't see. I could have sworn I've seen you there before. I don't know why, but.
I don't know.
I have to actually open my laptop to do this.
I need to choose a character. I don't know.
God damn it!
Oh, we should have changed it to 4. I forgot about that, because the UPR thing, remember? That's still not spawning UPR.
Well, as Ginger said, Ginger and I have noted, it seems like the game purposely avoids giving you what you need for dailies just to make you play longer, to try to get that one item.
I think that's fake, because I will oftentimes get the very first run I do, it'll happen right here.
Sometimes I do, but I've noticed more times than not, it will avoid giving me what I need. Like, I've had an incursion match once I needed it. 3 matches in a row, no incursions.
So something to keep in mind is
RNG.
There's it's a memory wise, like you have roughly statistically there's a 50% chance with 5 players of getting a character of a specific faction in any specific run. It's a 50% chance because it's because of it's 4/5 to the 4/5 to 5th. I don't know, but like the actual chance is not that bad. It's just that you will remember the runs more than you'll remember the average, and that's just how our memories work.
Hey,
We're
Ghost.
really good at remembering runs.
If you're wanting to play a support, the first one you're gonna want to start with is probably Miko. He's the simplest.
Miko is if you've played Team Fortress 2, Miko is the medic.
Right. He's pretty much the straightforward medic.
Or in Overwatch, it's Mercy. No.
Can I get help over here, please?
I'm working on the Isaac over here. Sorry,
Woo!
fam.
I got Reyna was coming after me with a vengeance.
I don't want to lumberjack dash because I might actually fall off the edge.
I was taking out the accelerator that was
I got her.
filled up.
It doesn't help that I actually forgot to do my helixes.
Oh yeah. So what you want to do, Ghost, is another thing is that several of the supports are actually DLC characters. So unless you bought the digital deluxe edition, you're gonna have 25 out of 30 of the characters. Alani is a good support, but she's a DLC character.
Alani,
Same thing with Kid
Beatrix, Kid Ultra. Like I think was it 4 out of the 5, like or 3 out of the 5.
Well, Ernest
DLC
isn't
characters
technically
support?
like we considered Ernest as a support, even though the game doesn't consider him one.
Yeah. Well, no, but that's it. 4 of the 5 DLC characters are supports. 3 of them are actually in-game supports.
Yeah.
There.
So
They
depending
just
on how you
say-
want to support Ghost, like there's only what is it 6 supports?
7.
There's only 7 supports that are considered supports in the game, but there's characters like Ernest, who is technically a defender, that we would consider more of a support than Beatrix, who is a supporting game.
Yeah.
What is Beatrix considered to be?
She's a support
Beatrix-
sniper.
Beatrix
something.
is a support sniper debuffer advanced.
Yeah.
That is her categorization, except she's a terrible sniper.
She's a terrible support. You have to be. Her support is only useful against a very small percentage of the cast, and only in a small percentage of the situations.
Yeah, they did a really shitty job with Beatrix, like just figuring out what because it's like what she's supposed to be. Well, we're not really sure. She's
She's
don't
just
know.
there.
well.
So
I think part of the problem is I think they wanted to have a wounding character. Like they gave her too much wound, which made them have to take everything else down.
yeah, she's
Didn't they nerf
the
her really
anti-Miko of the game.
And like, except that like it's what's the point of having an anti-Miko if
You can just
like,
ban Miko,
yeah,
or you can just
like,
pick characters with wound, because you only need
Yeah.
wound for the amount of time you need to kill that person.
Yeah, it's Beatrix was a really they made a
She's
lot of
actually
mistakes
like
with her.
stuck up there, by the way, guys. She keeps like trying to walk through it and then like getting stuck on the geometry for some reason. If you watch her when she's pinging, you see her jumping around like that.
Booyah! Got the kill with a riptide.
That is really weird. She is stuck.
Yeah, she's stuck. I've moved out of range and she can't walk through that barrier.
You have
apparently.
to actually break line
We,
of sight.
we have like watch her on the map. You see her on the map?
She just used a shadow pillar around the corner.
Yeah,
What?
bots can do
Yeah,
that. They're cheaters.
Like I said, you have to break line of sight. It's not just get out of range; it's break line of sight.
We did. I was behind a pillar. My head was completely behind the pillar.
Everyone has to break line of sight.
There was nobody else here when I initially did it. Only after I
Alright.
pinged did other people
Because
come over.
literally, as soon as we all broke line of sight, Arendi immediately came down. So
Maybe she needs to have focus fire on more than one person. I don't know. But yeah, Ghost, what kind of support
Maybe
do you
she
like
was
to
just
play?
an attention whore.
Yeah, she wanted to wait till everyone got there to see how glitchy she
like,
was before she came.
Miko's kind of a pure healer. Alani is a rescuer, which is also kind of a attack.
I would
Like-
call Alani a burst killer. type.
Well,
That's a
one thing
rescuer.
One of the things I like about Alani is that she's a rescuer, but she's also you have to be good at attacking with her. Like Alani is an aggressive burst healer.
Yeah, you
Like,
have to be able to
attacking.
aim because
You-
that's the only way she can. That's
Like-
half of her kit of healing right there. The other one's on
Yeah.
cooldown.
Yeah, so it's a wellspring because you have to do the wellspring healing thing, and the more you attack, the better you are a healer, and the more you it's the things I like about Alani is that she like every portion of her plays into other portions of her.
Half of so if you're playing Kid Ultra in Incursion, he becomes a passive healer. Like with his drones, he just puts them on the ground as area of effect, the right helix at level 2. And then his ult is a burst healing where you rescue people. If you're playing any other
Ambra.
mode with him, then his drones you need to actively stick on
Oh,
people.
does that friend of yours have the digital deluxe?
I don't think so. I think he's got the regular game.
All right, so Ambra, Cleese, Miko, Reyna are the 4 you would have access to. Ambra is a territorial, like you place sunspots, and they deal damage and they heal nearby allies. Cleese is a patch healer for shields. I mean, probably of those 4, I think Ambra and Miko are probably the 2 most traditional support characters. Because Reyna is a good support, but she's a single target support. Like she can't really support more than one person at a time.
Well, she's usually in the double healer meta, the double supporter meta.
Yeah.
So you run
Yeah.
like a Lonnie Reyna or Cleese Reyna or something else like that.
Amber Reyna?
Yeah, you
Oh.
can run Amber Reyna. The Reyna's
God.
basically there to support the divers. If you have a dive comp, you want the Reyna.
Finally!
You got a UPR. Everyone leave Galilea alone.
Oh yeah, I forgot she was
Yeah,
UPR.
we
It took me a
please.
second. I was like, but she's not UPR.
Defending the collectors from enemy
Yeah,
forces.
leave me alone, please.
Oh, so we won't
I won't
heal you
shoot
at all?
anything. I will stand there and take it.
I'm
Oh, yeah.
sending you all to your death.
I won't heal you at all.
3, 2, 1. Begin. The first team to reach 1,000 points achieves victory.
I'm still salty Alani's healing got nerfed.
Oh, I am so salty about that. Like,
I'm
they
not.
nerfed her Wellspring, but not her Geyser Heal. Like, I wouldn't have minded it if they nerfed her Geyser Heal too. But they nerfed, like, everything but her Geyser Heal.
Collector A secure.
Well, spring.
Collector
I
B
was like,
secure.
It pisses me off so much. Because it's like,
Just-
okay, so
Collector C secure.
I know, I have strong opinions on it.
Try to adjust to it.
Oh, by the way, the Galilea is over here.
I
She's
see
over
her.
here, but-
Oh, she just stunned me.
Who's trying to kill Galilea?
Ladies and
Claw?
gentlemen,
Claw.
not mostly ladies.
All right, cool.
Montana just leveled up.
That poor Marquis.
Wait, knock up. Booyah, there you go.
Oh,
I
I'll go
set it
kill
up for you.
Varelsi. I can do that.
Got her.
I had her in the air, you just ignored her. I'm like, why? She's in the air for kill her.
She ended up behind me, so I couldn't see her. I was turning around to try to spot her again.
Iceberg.
Make me sad. I do this nice setup for you, and you throw it in my face.
It's not like I knew that you had her up in a.
I said I was throwing up geyser for you.
You just
I
joined
didn't
the
hear it.
Discord
I was
chat?
just busy attacking her, and then all of a sudden she's behind me, and I'm looking around for her.
Alright, here's.
Make sure you, here, I can ping this stuff for you. In just a second after we kill this.
Here comes the ice storm.
You're welcome, I guess, Galea.
Galilea wants to die. She's self-loathing. Redemption.
Well,
and
yeah,
death.
Atticus is, not Atticus, but Caldarius is too, apparently.
Well, Caldarius is suicidal because he thinks life isn't worth living, whereas Galilea's is not
Sometimes.
like
There is a
Galilea.
suicide-
Caldarius is like, you know, tortured, so he's depressed. Kinda fucked up.
Sometimes he's upset that he respawns, and sometimes he's happy that he respawns. It
Yeah,
depends
I've
on what
actually-
line you get.
Whereas Galilea is more like the Galilea's thing is like she doesn't believe she's worth living. She's trying to redeem herself.
Yeah,
believes
she-
can redeem herself. She believes she can redeem herself in dying.
Yeah.
Reminds me of console from Overwatch. Please don't kill me.
I remember once playing Caldarius and I respawn and he goes, I'm alive. Fuck.
Fuck. Yep. Yep.
He says that?
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, it's bleeped. It's like bleep.
I know it's bleed. I just didn't know he actually like said that.
Yeah, he does.
Dang.
Well, a lot of people, I don't think you don't hear it. You just
There
hear
you
I'm
go.
alive,
There
and
you
then
go.
beep, and then some
Well,
people
why are
don't
you
put the
doing
two and two
why are you
together.
the fans? The fan DPS is so bad.
Fans are good compared to the other ranged option other characters have.
Well, I'm talking about like using fans as DPS instead of just going with melee.
Well, yeah, if you just don't want to lose your shield for calculated risk, you sit there and you fan all day.
What he wants to do in calculated risk.
Maybe he wants to sit there and make sure practice that his shield doesn't get taken down.
Your face is a flat surface.
Isn't it flat circle?
Your face is flat circle, yes.
Yeah.
Never.
I do not get that insult. Like that is like I don't
Neither do
know.
I. No one does, I think.
No one does.
Isn't it
Your face
supposed
is
to?
flat circle?
Isn't it supposed to say to like mean the target?
Maybe. It sounds like he's saying it like someone taunted him, and he's saying it like I'm.
Oh, we got a legendary.
Yeah,
he
legendary.
said,
Nice job.
like,
I'm gonna open that one
a
immediately.
crowd
Actually.
says, oh yeah.
Oh wait,
well,
no. Next time. when we take a break, I'll open it.
Yeah. Like that's just such a weird, like I have to wonder if that was an inside joke. Like that would be something to ask Randy.
Yeah, that would be a good one.
It's like, so what exactly does it mean when, like, what is meant by Benedict saying your face is a flat circle?
Maybe
like, explain that.
Maybe it's just a reference that none of us here get.
Well,
Reference to
I-
something
I-
that exists in like social media and everything, but we just
Well,
we just happen to not be a part of that.
My actual things, I think it might be like a developmental, like an early development thing where like his face was a flat circle at some point
Hey,
when they were making his
it's
model.
UPR.
I mean, that doesn't strike me as something that they would actually keep in the final game, though.
What they have a lot of weird internal references though.
What I would actually understand it is if they had him phrase it a different way, because if he was saying a flat circle, that could reference one of those old Target plays.
Okay, I have a problem. Watch Montana's armored leg. They attached the skeleton for the top of his armor on his leg from his knee to his belt. And so
Yeah.
it scrunches down when he does this.
Yeah,
Oh, it's so weird.
But
Instead of attaching it to his thigh.
of course, the way that that Benedict phrases that whole insult, it sounds like he's doing it as a retort.
Yeah, it sounds like he's doing it like...
It's like, I'm not fat, you're fat.
Yeah.
Yeah, your face is a flat circle, yeah.
It's the way it's phrased that makes it a problem.
Yeah.
Well, no,
Because if he said it,
Your face is a flat circle.
That's why I think at some point there's a development, like somebody said, like, oh, his face is a flat circle, and it's like a development reference where it's like,
I mean...
no, your face is a flat circle.
I mean, see that, I still think that's too specific that, like, they were like, oh man, we gotta get the voice actors to read this, you know?
Collector B secured.
Oh no,
Collector
Ghost!
A
It doesn't remember where it was
Collector
at.
C secured.
His PC crashed, he has to reinstall it.
Do
All
you still
over
need
again.
UPR, Claw?
no, I'm done.
Oh, okay. Just making sure.
I killed Galea twice last round just to be sure.
Did you just need one?
Yeah, I just needed one, but I killed her twice anyways.
Oh, I was giving you Galilea kills just because I was like, she needs UPR kills. Give as many as possible.
Gives us 2 UPR right after. It's like, oh, game.
Sometimes the game just wants to taunt you.
Hey, you wanted this and you're complaining
RNG.
about it? Here they are.
Like,
Hey
calling
look, your
us
friends are
down.
getting all of these legendaries that you want.
Manliness levels of
I mean, sometimes you deserve it, you know.
Booyah!
Ooh, Wrath.
Yep.
Galley. Oh, I clipped on the wall.
All the kills are belong to me.
You know, every time I hear Wrath talking, I just expect him to call someone Kakarot at some point.
Or I think it would be hilarious if Wrath made carrot jokes.
Well, he makes the "it's over 9,000" joke. He says it's past 9:30.
Wait, he says that?
Yeah,
Yeah,
I've never
there's one
heard him
of-
say it in
I've
game,
never
but I've heard
heard
a
that.
lot of people like mention that it's in his lines.
Well, they-
I don't know if it's
Well,
something that he says upon leaving the base, or I don't know what the condition is.
Like
Oh,
But,
there's a headshot melee on Reyna.
I still think it would. I still think it would have been funny to have Wrath like say something about you. It's like, I hate carrots.
Damn
Just
you,
like-
carrots!
Yeah.
That bad, I don't get the carrot joke.
Kakarot, which is
Kakarot.
Goku's original name from Dragon Ball.
Goku's name is Kakarot, which is a Japanese, a Japanese, way of saying carrot. The English word for it.
Yeah,
If
all
you
of the
think about,
Dragon Ball character names are based on foods.
No, so
Almost.
the actual name of the Dragon Ball group, like the Dragon Ball Warriors, is the Dim Sum Gang in Japan. Because they're all named after dim sum food objects.
Because Vegeta, of course, is
Whereas
vegetables.
all the Saiyans are named after vegetables, which is why you have Raditz, which is radish. You had Nappa, which is a
Cabbage.
cabbage. You had Kakarot, which is carrot. Vegeta, which is
Vegetable.
vegetable.
Gohan
Frieza
is rice, right?
Gohan Gohan and Goku both refer to rice.
Okay.
And but the like
Frieza
Yamcha's a kind of
Freezer.
dumpling. And then Frieza kills all the Saiyans because
He's a freezer.
freezing kills vegetables.
You had
Oh.
Frieza and
Cooler.
Cooler. That was the other
Yeah.
one. Yeah.
Yeah,
never
no,
watched it.
well, and then Namekian means slug.
Because they have the little antennae, I'm guessing.
No, like because they're slug people. That's like the actual is Namekian means is a pun on slug. Like if you look at Akira Toriyama's work, he loves puns. Like he makes so many puns or like name references which are like he just does it all. Or you get like Bluma Bulma, which is bloomers, which is underpants. So you get her mother's name is Bra.
And of course, her last name is Breeze.
Yeah, Brief.
Yeah,
Dr.
that's
Brief.
right.
And it's like Bulma's entire family's named after underwear. Yeah, it's like if you like Akira Toriyama loves doing like weird naming conventions for characters.
Oh, don't forget that one of the characters is named Oolong.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like the
That
tea.
based on tea.
Which is Dim Sum Gang. It's in there. Like Yamcha, yeah, like all that stuff is Dim Sum Gang stuff. That's why they're the Dim Sum Gang.
We only got 2 new legendaries, Dwarf. It's not cheating good enough yet. How does
I
that
never
go?
watched them, so.
Ghost has a question regarding this topic, but how does that go in GT and the Tournament of Power, all those characters?
That gets weird because that's when like a lot of the later stuff that like GT Toriyama no longer had control over it. It was other writers. It wasn't him. The Dragon Ball, the newest stuff, is him taking over again, but I'm not sure how that. I haven't gotten into that stuff, so
You mean Dragon Ball Super?
yeah, super. Like,
They're
I didn't
still,
really.
Swimwear
they're still
marquee.
doing name
Capture
brands
and
because
hold
one of the
energy
characters is
collectors
named
to earn points while
Beerus,
defending the
basically
collectors from
beer.
enemy
Yeah,
forces.
yeah.
and then there's also Whis, which I think is the reference to
Party
wine.
starts in 3,
Well, 'cause I do know that in Super, all the Saiyans, even from the alternate
Go.
universes, are still named after vegetables.
the first team to reach 1,000 points achieves victory.
I've never watched this show. Please don't kill me. That's why I didn't.
It's totally fine. Like Dragon Ball Z was like the only anime that was on during my childhood.
Yeah. I had a
so-
friend who was Filipino was like, you should watch this thing, it's cool. And I'm just like, I've never heard of this thing. And then I found it on, that was like one of my gateway drugs to anime.
But like everyone from my and Natsu's age group, basically, that was anime. Like started off on anime in Dragon Ball Z. Like
if you weren't old enough to go to a video store that happened to sell these things, and that was basically the only way to access it at the time.
Alani behind us.
Like you had to get a VHS or catch it on television.
Yeah, no, I remember like back in the day, like I remember like I did because I was actually my brother and I were very nerdy. We did like NatsumeRyu, which was another one. We got the
Yeah, I remember
NatsumeRyu OVA, and it was like NatsumeRyu is actually really good. The American version of it was very diluted because there's actually a lot going on in there. It's really cool. Although NatsumeRyu is also one of those weird, like it's like every different series is a different universe.
Wait,
that
what
has
did
its own
Alani
different
just say?
I don't know. I wasn't listening to Alani.
Something about hell. I know where you're going.
Oh, I just invented a hell, so I know. So I know that's where you're going.
Ah, okay.
Like Alani has like you know she'll come up with a hell, and that's where you're going because she came up with it.
No, Amber just did the shirt tucking line.
Oh,
every shirt is tucked the fuck in.
It sounds like your old woman voice.
Well, first off, I think my voice still hurts, so I'm not
Yeah.
going like, you know, yeah. I could do Ambra better than that, but my throat still
My
hurts.
voice is starting to go just from all the talking we've done today. Like all the conversation we have held.
Yeah. Well, I still haven't recovered from yelling on that
Also,
weekend. So.
Ghost says Weiss can also be weed. LOL.
Oh, I don't know. That's a weird one.
I don't know
Like,
how
I
it's
would've-
pronounced. W-I-S-S.
It's WHIS.
Okay.
It's whis, and that it's the weed thing. Like I doubt that.
Could be
It's-
shorthand for whiskey.
That's probably more likely. It's probably a whiskey thing. But even then,
over
like,
here,
doing
everybody.
Akira Toriyama thing, he would make a Mary Jane joke. Like he would go off of marijuana because that's Mary Jane. Although there are some times where he just does it, like you know, like Mr. Satan, Mr. Satan, like Hercule in the American one.
Yeah.
Which and Videl, there isn't a naming convention there. Although there is Bibbidi Bobbidi Boo, that was a fun one.
Yeah.
Bibbidi Bobbidi Boo was a really amusing line.
Bibbidi and Bobbidi, and they made Majin
Oh,
Buu.
did you just see his head fall off? Dwarf, are you here? Can you clip that? Calvin's head just fell off in death!
Wait, it did?
Yes!
What?
His entire, his head mesh separated from the rest of his body in death. It fell down while his body went up from my knock-up.
So let's see. There's also other Dragon Ball stuff. There was also the Garlic Junior Garlic Saga.
Yeah.
There was that one where Garlic and all of his minions are named after herbs.
Well, I remember also there was actually
See if I can
a
clip this.
Dragon Ball movie where there's 3 guards to this big boss, but the guards were named Pepperoni, Tutti Frutti, and Ginger.
Yeah. No,
I can't clip it right now.
It's Akira Toriyama loves using English words for character names. Like he straight up that's just it's one of the things that he does, and he does it's there's one of those weird things that he does that is kind of an endearing trait in a lot of to a lot of his English audience. Are we gonna try to get large to CR50?
150.
50?
I'm 139. We might get me that far, jeez.
You know, I started 139.
Oh my goodness.
So we just need to do 8 more hours of play to get Natsu to 150.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I mean it'd actually probably be
Lupus
18 hours based on how much more XP I'd probably need.
Well, it's more so that 8 hours ago we started
10 hours ago, actually.
Is it 10? Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. We've been doing this a while.
Dandy's alright.
I mean,
No,
we did
it's
take
okay.
some breaks, so that technically.
Yeah.
Yeah, we had a break of actually like 2 hours, maybe 2.5.
Which was necessary, I think.
Oh, I didn't say otherwise.
Yeah. That was just a food and other things break.
Yeah.
Ghost
I mean,
asks,
even if-
which vegetable is Black Goku?
That was Goku's rice. It's
Such an odd question.
There is
Black Goku
technically
is-
a type of rice that is black. There are different colors of rice, of course. There's
No,
brown.
Goku doesn't refer to rice in general. It refers to rice. It's a measurement of rice. Goku is a measurement of rice.
What is
Of
Goku?
course, they only called him black
Gohan
anyway
is another
because he
measurement
wore
of rice.
black.
Measurements of rice.
Repeat that, Kit. Gohan.
So a Goku is a measurement of rice, and Gohan is a separate measurement of rice. And I believe it's
So
one
two
half
different
of a Goku.
separates.
They're 2 different measurements.
Okay.
And I laugh because this is like
Energy
literally
collectors
stuff
to
from
earn
like 20
points
years
while
ago that I
defending the
learned.
collectors from enemy forces.
I feel old.
You should.
Making me feel young.
Ready yourself for glory in
Lars is a baby
Talking
too.
about stuff.
1.
Well, it's really funny. Like when I talk to people about like the hobbies I've been doing, like I like video games and pen and paper gaming and anime and everything. I'm like, I have friends that I've literally been doing this hobby longer than they've been alive, and I'm like, wow, I feel old as fuck.
At that point, I think you
That's
can
because-
consider yourself a professional.
Collector A secure.
Well, I think it's more so. It's like to me, it's like what's really funny is there are people that are older than me.
Yep, but you just got knocked back. It's alright, I'm gonna knock him back.
Like,
Gonna Montana on Montana off.
It's really funny when I meet people that are older than me that consider themselves.
He's
to have been
not
doing it for a
shooting
while,
me.
That have been doing it like half as long as I have.
Enemy forces at half strength.
no, please don't die. Yay.
Do you need help? Are you okay?
No, well, now I am okay. 10 seconds ago, not so much.
So here's kind of my question: is are any of you guys familiar with Rumiko Takahashi?
Who?
I'm not familiar.
Rumiko Takahashi is a mangaka. She did like Inuyasha, Ranma Half.
Oh
Rumi-
yes,
Rumi-
yeah.
Well, I
she's-
know of Inuyasha, of course.
I was associating that with Ranma 1/2, but yeah, I forgot that she also
Yeah.
did Inuyasha.
No, it's not Ranma 1/2. It's Ranma Half. That's
Alright,
the
I'm
actual
sorry.
name. That-
It's a
that-
1/2. I'm not gonna pronounce it properly. Just like some people say 110 when it's 110.
I've actually told them both those are.
One is actually appropriate. One actually refers to, so if you say 110, you're actually saying 100, 100, and a separate 10, as in they're separate, like,
Okay.
yeah.
I get you.
And the other is actually one number. So one is two numbers and one is one number.
Okay.
Yeah.
110.
Half strength.
So that's
That's
two
somewhat used it,
separate
but
numbers.
I've never heard that. I've never heard these specific linguistic.
Ah,
Except that one time. And right now.
Are you
spit at
okay?
us?
Where were you? Where did you die?
Can you take care
Nowhere.
of this?
Okay.
Lip balm.
Did you
I
get
want to
knocked
be
off
there
the
to
cliff?
help you, but
No celebrating, no high-fiving, no touching, no laughing, no smiling!
Okay, Amber.
thanks, Ambra.
Oh, that was funny. What is supposed to full auto button? Just holy crap, that's awesome!
Yeah.
Like me handling the gun. This too.
Thorin.
What's this do? Oh my god, this is amazing!
Well. Oh, how did I get the kill on that? Wow. Okay.
Priority targets, bring them down.
You
She's
just
slowed.
priority target your sunspot?
Yep. If they're like the regular PvE AI, every single AI will target any like player-made destructible before it'll target any players.
Rifts are weird though, because they won't do it
They'll
for
target rifts. They will target rifts.
Not before players though. Like, well, I don't know,
I've only ever had them target rifts. Like that's one of the great things about Cleese. Like it's great and bad because they walk into the rifts, you know,
Yeah, I get
to try to kill
Well,
them.
To this.
But I still want to ask like Gen3 how much they actually know about how the aggro
Oh,
system.
look at all the
Battleborn
balls on the
works.
ground. All of the special effects balls.
Like I still really want to ask that because I'm like
The Dragon
I
Balls.
have yet to get a satisfactory explanation for how aggro works in Battleborn.
Yeah, I don't think it. Didn't they say they didn't know?
It's just one of those like really deep end things where we're like, I need to find someone that actually did. I need to find who worked on that for you.
Yeah. Which I don't know
Like
if
that-
at this point, like, if he'd be able to.
Are they even still working at Gearbox?
Yeah.
I'm going to dip out for a quick
sorry,
second
Ghost.
only because my controller decided to screw up.
All right, can we still keep going with you in there as a tag along?
I actually have to leave the game.
Oh, wait for us to actually start the mission.
Alright.
But it won't count if he leaves.
Well, if you can get back before then.
Okay.
Yeah.
Alright, I can understand that. You have 5
You have
minutes.
2
Claw.
minutes.
I couldn't get back.
All I have to do is pretty much
Just wait to get
exit
into the
game
characters.
and rejoin in game.
Yeah.
Yeah. Alright,
Yeah,
you can
my
exit now.
controller should still be working.
Bye.
It's just that for some reason the game stopped reading it.
Oh, hail the Hairy King!
Yeah, you can leave now. We're selecting characters.
Yeah, but I might as well select my character so at least that's who I have when I
Okay.
leave.
Yeah, that's a good point. That way, if you do make it in time, you'll get XP for that character you wanted.
I'm turning off my micro quick so I can eat my burrito.
I'm thinking about making food. I didn't make any food earlier, and I'm just kind of like, I don't know.
I
It's 6
have-
a.m. Why would you make food at 6 a.m.?
Because it's
It's
not
not
6 a.m. for
really
real
On the
people.
stove?
6 a.m. where you
Hello?
are?
It's
That's
not
the
6
time
a.m.
of
for real
day
people.
where you make eggs on the stove, Lars.
Eggs. You won't make me eat eggs at 6 a.m. in the morning.
Yeah, that's breakfast.
I've had omelets at that time.
Omelet quesadilla, yo.
Not at 6 a.m. No.
Wrap it,
Nope.
wrap it in some cheese and a tortilla with some
Ugh.
salsa.
Ugh.
That sounds
Well,
delicious right now.
Actually, what I did, Nats, is I made an egg. I put the cheese and the salsa in the egg before it was cooked.
Capture and hold
And so I
energy
cooked that
collectors to
into
earn
the
points
omelet.
while defending the collectors from enemy forces.
And yeah, the peppers made it pretty interesting.
Fight for your lives in 3, 2, 1.
Which I also added a little bit of pepper to it, and I
The first
did
team
at
to
one
reach
point
1,000
made an
points
omelet
achieves victory.
that way, but I also added pepperoni.
Pepperoni.
Really, it's still not reading the controller. What the hell?
Borked.
What the
Did
hell?
you try turning it off and on
Collector
again?
A secured.
Yeah,
I see
did
a
that.
Klaus.
Collector
He fits
B
into my reticle
secured.
perfectly.
Have you tried plugging in the controller?
Shut up, I'm an electrical engineer, I get that enough. At least I used to when I was working tech.
Thank you, Montana,
Nope.
being PFS.
Nope. You better not do it. You better not do it.
Bork, bork, bork.
No!
I won't say it. And I'm getting taunted by fucking Mike as well.
Oh, he's using the loot box taunt.
Oh, he has
I'm gonna
it!
die now.
Okay.
Yeah, he had.
No,
Controller's
Ghost,
working
this
again.
is Discord. Where if you scroll down in the Discord, I think you should be able to see it. You just won't be able to access it. We're down in the voice chat there.
Come on, why would you do
Enemy
that, you
forces at
stupid
40%
Steam? As soon as I join the match again,
It stopped working.
Steam puts that stupid big picture mode keyboard in my face,
Oh,
and I can't
nice.
get rid of it.
Nice.
Here comes fun! How you like that, bitch?
Wow,
Yeah.
he just flung me across.
I'm gonna die again. I love it.
Oh, no, please.
Oh mon dieu!
Oh, we made him speak French.
Really, Steam, you're going to be that stupid. No, get rid of big picture mode. I don't like your big picture mode.
Everything's going bad right now for the team. We're falling apart at the seams. It's that time of night.
Like your Montana together would be that scary.
Keitru's become silent again. We're retrogressing in time.
Come back.
Keitru, come back.
Celebrate,
Eat your
but I hate to
burrito.
blow your mind.
Was it a burrito or was it something else? Something else
Said
wrapped.
burrito.
Okay, I wasn't sure. I couldn't remember if it was another wrapped delicacy. Fajita.
I do have a chimichanga in my freezer. I should hurry to make that sometime. Because that tortellini alfredo I have is not much.
Back here, Montana, let me stun you. Oh, he lumberjack dashed out of my way, jerk.
Yep, he's mean. Oh look, Mike is confused about this shard right here. He's just standing here on it. Well, he was.
Up,
He wasn't
back
confused.
down
He
again.
just thought it was very beautiful.
He
tried to
well,
take
he
his
was-
eyes off it.
He was literally like walking into it. Like he couldn't break it. He was just walking into it like, dude, like
What
this with the wall.
Collector A
This is
lost.
what he was doing, but against a shard.
Maybe he thought it was the perfect hiding spot for the quiet game.
I don't know
I mean, that was a
why.
pretty big shard, actually. He actually probably could have crouched behind it and like hit half of his body.
It's treating my Umbra like she's still a level 1 because I had none of my
Wow.
mutation.
Wow. Wow, that's weird. Sorry, I didn't mean to throw him that far away. I kind of thought he
No,
would
it's
clip
okay.
something.
Enemy
Well,
forces
he dies.
half strength.
Oh, I have never heard of that bug. Interesting.
Collector A secured.
No,
Haven't made it to level 7 yet in these
Planet's
matches.
not
It's a
big
good
enough
match.
for the two of me.
Almost fell off the map.
Two.
Hey, Easy Target, welcome to chat. I don't think it was the developers. I think the developers actually really loved the game. I think it was possibly the 2K. The publishers weren't as interested in it, and I think that was a problem.
Yeah, 2K was also in charge of the marketing and everything, so they pretty much dropped the ball on that just because they weren't that interested.
Yay!
Wasn't the marketing like not that well?
Legendary pack,
Legendary.
guys.
Also, I will just mention again that the game is not dead on PS4 or Xbox. It's only PC that struggles. Alright, get that last Helix out of the way.
Shit.
GG. Oh, good. There's Deep Diver. I must have hit 140.
Hey. Oh, you did. Nice.
Yep. I think I get another legendary pack from that too. That's very nice.
It's good.
Very
I still need
nice.
to beat all the advanced hardcore, or not all of them, some of them, because you get legendary loot packs for getting diamond on all the missions, right? And those are.
Oh.
Yeah.
Ghost, right now, actually, we don't have any Germans in the chat right now, but in Discord, one of our,
Romeo.
yeah, Chromarino, one of the community coordinators or mods, he's German, and then we have other users who are German as well, or speak German. And then we have other people who understand German as well. And then I see you have some Japanese on the screen. I am not going to read that. I don't think we have, actually, we don't have any Asian players in our server because there's an actual separate server for that because of ping issues.
Can you hear me again?
Yes.
Oh, cool.
Not safe for work.
Fuck it.
Nothing ever changes the color of Montana's beard or his bubblegum. You know what? Or his skin, for that matter, and that makes me sad.
I thought there were. Well, there's some. He can sometimes wear a shirt.
Well, that's the actual reskins. None of the colors actually change. Like,
Well, it's the same thing with Galt though. Nothing changes the color of Galt's skin.
that's true. Like Alani's skin changes with the taunt, like the color skin. So that's why I think it's weird. Like Whiskey's
So does
skin changes with colors.
So
Are they
does,
racist? Only the Applins don't get their colors changed?
I don't know.
Oh, I don't know about Eldragon.
El Dragon does, yes.
It does?
It
Okay.
does.
Wait, he's in. What's that called again?
Applian.
He is one?
Eldragon, Montana, and Galt are all Applians.
I didn't know Eldragon was part of the same.
No, so Eldragon is ethnically Applian, but he was raised on the LLC Arc Fleet.
Capture and hold energy
Okay,
collectors to
I didn't know he was
while defending
ethnic.
the collectors
that,
from enemy
yeah.
forces.
I
Ethnically,
can't.
yeah.
I don't want to. Yeah, I didn't want to pronounce it 'cause it's gonna
It's
sound
fine.
dumb.
Lay waste to your
Applians are
enemies.
Applians are simply
Three,
one of
two,
many different types of
one.
humans.
Fight.
Because Reyna is a human as
The
well,
first
but she isn't
team
Applian.
to 1,000 points achieves victory.
Yeah,
In
I
fact-
remember about Montana.
Phoebe, human, not Applian.
Yeah, Cleese as well.
Yeah.
So I'm kind of curious what a female Applian looks like.
Maybe they don't exist.
Collector
You know
A
9 languages,
secured.
Ghost? That's really
Collector
cool.
B secured. Collector C secured.
I really have to wonder what a female Applian looks like. Are they like a female?
Like
are
Montana.
they-
Well, they said Montana's big for even an Applian, right? Galt
yeah.
said that.
Well, Galt, I think Galt is probably a normal Applian.
Well, didn't you? Is there nothing saying that he's not? I mean, I actually like the theory that he's a little bit smaller than normal. Like he's just a kind
Yeah,
of stocky. Like
He's
somewhere
short for
in
an Applian.
between Galt and Montana is where Applians actually are.
Well, I actually expect that Galt's probably normal and Eldragon is short for an Applian. Because Eldragon is short.
Is he? Well,
Eldragon is
part of his
tall.
problem is that he actually hunches over. Is he actually short in Lowline's grid, where he's standing up straight?
Yeah, he is.
Okay.
He is.
Caldi!
course-
Ooh, we haven't seen a Caldarius. Let me slow you because I am your counter.
Of course,
Die!
Of course, one of the other issues I have is that with Battleborn the female characters that all the females are short. Like,
Yeah,
the only,
yeah.
like Amber's the only quote unquote tall female character,
she
and it's only because of her headdress.
Yeah.
No, it's
Well,
like,
and she floats too, so that adds on to her height.
She has the headdress that adds like 8 inches.
That's like a whole foot, I think.
Yeah, her headdress adds a
It's
huge
huge.
amount. And so it's like, you know, like all of the all of the female characters. I think Galilea is actually the tallest female.
Really? Well,
Leia
does
is?
it? Well, that's not that. We
And
don't
she
have
has
her
heels,
without
though.
her heels. Yeah, we don't have her without
Yeah.
her heels.
Well, she has her heels aren't super high, I don't think.
They're about 3 inches, I want to say. I don't think they're as high as 4, but they're at least 3 inches tall.
Of course, because I'm always like, why would you wear high heels in battle?
Space.
You know my actual my favorite explanation is?
The suit has something.
No.
I don't know.
Haletians actually have cloven feet.
Oh, that would be well. I mean, other than Alani, right?
Well, Alani is
Half.
Haletian.
Yeah, that's true, and half human. So that would yeah.
And she's received both surgical and genetic modifications.
Well, I don't think they have to have cloven feet so much as like just digigrade.
But it just like Galilea wears heels because that's literally how Haletian feet are shaped. Like that's actually how Haletian feet are shaped because that's just of course like because Halicia is supposed to be a hellish place.
Yeah.
Like, and it would make sense that the Haletians actually are because it's a death world. It's supposed to be like hell.
Yeah.
So maybe like they do actually have because they're not they're not digitigrade. You can tell by the curve of their ankles. Their legs don't have the digigrade shape. They are plantigrade. But what if their shape of their foot is that they have that heel that comes down extra far?
Oh, that actually hit him. Oh, I was like 5 feet away from him.
So that's actually my personal favorite explanation for why Galilea wears heels. Is that's literally the shape of a Haletian foot.
I am personally only fluent in English, Ghost. I can recognize French. I used to be able to speak some of it, but I haven't practiced it in so many, like almost a decade. So don't even ask me to try and produce a sentence other than je ne sais quoi.
That's not even a sentence.
Yeah, it's an aphorism. It's an aphorism.
Yeah, sure.
I don't know what an aphorism is. So Ghost is asking how many languages everybody knows. So Kit, I know you're familiar with many languages. How many are you?
I am only fluent in English. I know a smattering of Spanish, English, German, and a couple points of a few other languages.
I only know some Spanish, German, and Japanese, but mostly English is my fluency.
Yeah, well, my thing is like I like learning tidbits of other languages. I like linguistics, but I don't like speaking other languages.
The funny thing is, I don't know much German, and I did live in Germany for like 2 or so years.
I mean,
Well,
yeah.
Well, I'm not sure. Surprisingly or not surprisingly, depending on it's like there are actually most places in the world you can live pretty well without only speaking English, just because English is that common.
This is probably because at the time I was living on a military base for Americans that was stationed in Germany.
Yeah.
Before they shut those bases down.
Yeah. Well, what was that? I was talking talking to somebody in Denmark, and they're talking about how like in all over Scandinavia, if you speak English, they won't want you to actually learn to speak like Swedish or Danish or Norwegian. They'll just want you to speak English because to them it's not worth the effort of you learning another language whenever all of them already speak English fluently.
While defending the collectors from enemy
It's like it's not worth it learning a language you will not need to use. No one speaks this. It's no point.
I'm sending you all to your death in
Like no one speaks this. No one speaks this language, and we're all already fine with English. Just stick with English.
And it's sort of like learning.
That's kind of sad.
Because no one really speaks Latin anymore.
But it's also because, like, it's mostly just because, it's kind of a more welcoming thing. Of, like, it's weird. It's like, like in Japan, it's kind of, there's different cultures because, like, in France, like, if you only know a handful of things in French, that's all you can be bothered to learn. Whereas in Japan, like, if you learn to handle it, oh, you're actually trying. Good. That's very nice of you. Thank you. And in Denmark, it's like don't bother learning anything. It's worthless. It also doesn't help that apparently that speaking the Scandinavian language group stuff, the Finno-Swedish language groups they're really weird to speak. They have very strange pronunciation structures. So people that speak English natively tend to completely murder it. And I think that's probably an element there in there too. Is like, you're doing it wrong, and we don't want to have to correct you.
But I mean, yeah. Because I know how to speak French, obviously, English. I learned like Spanish for like 5 years, Italian for 3, Latin for like 2, German for 1.5, I guess. Greek as well, I guess, because I mean, if you do Italian, you basically have to do Greek.
Really? I didn't know
French too. I mean, if you do Greek, you basically know how to speak French because.
I never knew that. Yeah. In America, we basically consider like Italian, Portuguese, Spanish, and French to be like all similar languages. And never have I ever heard of Greek ever being in that. They're all Latin-based languages.
Yeah, because the Romance languages.
Mm-hmm.
Because there are a lot of words in French that are Greek based, like.
I did not know that. That's
yeah,
really
I did
cool.
not either.
Like basically spelling in French that's called orthographie. So ortho meanings writing, and graphy it's the it's basically like every single word is 2 Greek words.
Well, that's the same thing like in English because we have like autograph. Like you actually can. We have a lot of Greek root words.
Enemy forces
I mean that is something that English has as well.
Yeah, but there's a lot in French. Like I mean, when I say a lot, like it's a lot.
Yeah,
like,
I get you.
Yeah, if you learn Greek, you ease your learn of French basically.
Yeah, I can see that. Like, well, but that's true with all language groups.
Yeah.
So,
I guess.
But yeah, I did not know that that similarity of vocabulary persisted across.
Well, I do know that my mother learned Latin a while back, and so she sort of said that it does make learning other languages a lot easier because a lot of languages have Latin as its base.
Yeah, that's the same thing. Yeah, I get that.
Yeah,
well,
Latin too. Yeah. That's crazy.
One of the reasons why is because the reason why it's not that people that spoke with Latin, it's because everyone spoke Latin for a long time.
Yeah, because of the fucking Roman Empire.
Yeah, but with Greek, it's actually because Greek was the language of the educated. It was like Greek was the language that all the educated people spoke and understood. It was the language of academia for a very long time. Like in the Middle Ages, like everything was translated into Greek.
Well, you know what? Academia, for example, that's a Greek word.
Yeah, I get that. But it's just one of those, it's like a lot of people don't realize that the Greek was the language of the educated.
Yeah.
For
a very long time.
I only know English. Not very special.
That's pretty much why a lot of old philosophers were in Greek.
I need to check which character to work on next, Kit.
Well, yeah, go ahead. Well, it depends because if you're talking about philosophers, it depends on how you define it. Are you talking like the actual old, ancient, and modern Greek?
Yeah, I'm talking about ancient philosophers, not.
Yeah, those ones. Well, the issue with that is that most of them, those philosophers, like they were, because some of them were in Greek, some of them were in Latin.
I'm ready.
Because like the Roman philosophers were in Latin. And I mean, it's also like when you get like the earliest translations of the Bible were into Greek. Like they weren't in Latin. It was actually more so in Greek than Latin. And then The language and like as it's mutated over time is actually really interesting.
Well, of course, if you remember right, Christianity really didn't start until like the end of the ancient Greece period.
Ancient Greece. There was ancient Greece. Christianity started after after ancient Greece. Actually, ancient Greece was Plato and Socrates, which was like 300 BCE. Like well before, it's ancient Greece and what's the other one? There are two time frames that are generally viewed. It's ancient Greece and I don't know. Can't remember what the other one is, but the specific term for it in ancient Greece was like Plato, Socrates kind of thing. Like the Hellenic era is the city-states. But yeah. But Christianity really, like the origin story. It's right around CE, but it didn't really get going and become what we now view as Christianity until about 100 CE. Because it took a while to stop being kind of a cult and start being more of an organized religion.
Ghost, they're all answering your question. Don't feel ignored.
Actually, to me, this is a really good conversation because I just love talking about this kind of stuff. What's funny is most people wouldn't realize that I'm actually an atheist.
I'm agnostic. I have studied other religions and mythologies. And in fact, the funny thing is, a lot of people actually refer to Egyptian gods by the wrong name.
Well, part of that is that the names of the gods changed.
No, actually they didn't. The names of the gods that we know of them as today were actually names that the Greeks referred to those gods by. Well, like Anubis was a Greek-given name.
Well, one that gets me is Horus, Ray, and Ray. That was one where there was
different forms of Ra.
Yeah, well, and that gets there was actually a point in when they were doing the religion where one of the pharaohs actually, who were God King, basically said that Horus and Ray were the same person. And because it used to be Horus was the falcon head god, Ray was the sun god, and basically by fiat the pharaoh said they're the same individual.
Yeah,
and you went from having Horus and Ray to Horus Ray. And then later on, you had the separation again, but instead of having Ray be the god that was in charge, Horus was the god in charge.
Well, one of the things that they did was that Ra was still the sun god, but they had different forms of him for the setting sun, the rising sun, and the setting sun. And so he had 3 different forms.
The Egyptian mythology was living, right? Yeah. It was not a religion that was, set in stone. It was very mutable.
And of course, there was at one point when one of the pharaohs said, "Oh, there's only one god, and I'm the son of that god." And
yeah, that was the Ray. That was the worship of Ray.
And of course, a lot of the ancient Egyptians, were not pleased with that because as soon as that pharaoh died, they went right back. A lot of his monuments.
Well, it's just nothing. He also tore down a lot of the old monuments.
Yeah, he tore down a lot of the old temples.
But then you also then people also misunderstand Greek pantheism as well because most people, most of the Greek deities, Zeus was the king of the gods. He got most of the worship. It was actually much more akin. The actual worship of the Greek pantheistic religion was actually more closely similar in behavior to modern Catholicism, where you prayed to the king of the gods, but whenever you had a specific need, you asked this other god to intercede on your behalf.
Right.
So everyone worshipped Zeus, and the other gods were there to say these specific things. Hey, can you get Zeus to do this for me specifically? Which is how the saints work in modern Catholicism.
Let's do this!
And of course, you know that
Guys, check this
uh,
out.
Christians do not want to make that type of distinction because it's insulting to them.
Well, that gets in this weird thing of like, you know, that's like Protestants would bring up most Protestants would bring up that thing where like the saints are you're worshiping the saints, not worshiping God, and a lot of it's these weird, you know, theological distinctions that it comes down to these very minute theological distinctions that are built upon long-standing dogma that are from other theorists, built upon the work of other theorists, built on the work of other theorists over millennia, and it gets into really specific logical, you know, notionalities. Is kind of how it goes, and I mean it is kind of interesting, but a lot of people. I always kind of laugh about you know, religion in video games is that it's like, oh, this is my patron deity, like I only worship this one deity in this pantheistic religion. I'm like, that's not how pantheistic religions work.
Right.
Like in actual pantheistic religions, like everyone worships every deity, which is like you know, you don't just worship this god, like, you know, whenever you want to say protect me in battle, they'll speak to the battle god, but whenever you want to, you know, ask for good, but whenever you're eating your food, you say a blessing to the hearth god.
Well, that's the whole thing about how the Egyptian religion was. It wasn't, even though there was a king of the gods, all the gods, even the king, had different aspects of everyday life that they were in charge of.
Well, and that's just how all pantheistic religions operate. Like, but that's the problem is that it's this misconception whenever you live in a world dominated by monotheistic religions, you know, the Abrahamic religions, that we have this notion that, you know, you can only worship one god at a time. And it's a fundamental misunderstanding of pantheistic notionalities and animistic notionalities as well.
But yeah, I studied Egyptian, Greek, Roman, and Norse mythology.
See, Norse mythology is actually really interesting too.
Yeah.
So, but I did. I've done, like, you know, study.
I am
you know,
ready.
I've skimmed a bunch of different religions. I did Shinto, Taoism, Hindu, Sikhism. I did a little bit on. It was actually one of the guys in my class in school. He was actually like, you know, I was like, asked me if he was a Sikh. He's like, you know what a Sikh is? I'm like, yes, I do. He's like, holy shit, you're weird. Because he was like, you know what a Sikh is? And I'm like, yeah. He's like, prove it to me. I'm like, I told him. He's like, what? You do actually know what Sikhs are? That's awesome. And yeah, and of course, I was like, I don't know. Like, it's not quite as deep as my knowledge of other stuff because, you know, I haven't been exposed to it. But he was just like, you know, it was really funny. The funny thing is, the class was actually a cross-cultural psychology class. So I would assume that the people that take it would have been interested in a bunch of other cultures, but it's like, nope. Apparently, I was the only one that was actually like, yeah, I recognize these things. It was a weird class to me because, like, literally, I spent more time teaching the class than the teacher did.
Even though I'm not really tired, I should go to bed after this. I can resume in the morning if we want to do it again.
Yeah, I'm getting that same feeling too. Like, I'm definitely.
Yeah, I don't really need to. I don't really need to go to sleep. My mind is getting wary of playing this constantly.
Well,
yeah.
To me, it's more like it's more like I can. For me right now, it's more of a it's like I'm not tired, but I consciously realize
What
I
time
should
it
go
is.
to sleep.
Yes. Yeah.
It's like I have been up for 18 hours. I should go to sleep.
I'm nocturnal and insomniac, so I'm used to actually being up late. It's just that when I'm constantly playing or doing one thing for a long period of time, my mind starts to get tired of the monotony.
Yeah, yeah, no, I get you. Like, well, I'm actually used to working graveyards, so.
Yeah, I used to do like 6-hour art streams, which is really something. I don't really do that anymore, but some people sort of actually looked at me going, "How can you stand doing it that long?"
I don't know. I remember like multiple times, like when I played City Heroes, there were these major story arc things that you would get together with people and like it would take like 8 hours of sitting there in one place doing missions the entire 8 times because it was really long and it was a process. And people were like, how would you do those task forces? Like if we would just do task forces for like we'd sit down on a Friday night like at 8 o'clock and we wouldn't finish until 4 a.m.
Man,
I forgot you guys are 2 hours ahead of me.
somebody really likes Galilea. Like, there's so much about her animations that someone just went so over the top with her. It was just like, you know what, her teleport animation? She's doing this huge swing, and for this taunt, she's going big and wide with the sword. And someone was just like, she has a sword, this has to be a thing.
Most of those animations aren't actually animated, they're motion captured.
But any motion capture you take has to be cleaned up by an animator.
I know, but like it's still...
And I'm sure that the animator who did it probably is the one who did the mocap, since they have mocap in their studio.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that there probably was like they were like doing these overly dramatic motions with the... Would people like when people have a sword and shield, like people will do really dramatic motions for some reason. In our minds, we think that sword and shields like are just made for dramatic action.
Apparently.
It's just in our heads.
Hey, you want to see her teleport thing? I want to show it to somebody because I never have seen
where are
Galilea's teleport
Where
before.
are you?
Right next to you. Don't walk.
Basically,
Swing
lifts her
your
shield
sword,
up
right?
over her head and
Like huge swings.
Yeah, it's like the really
Oh yeah, this
Yeah.
Whoosh!
Yeah.
Whoosh! Stab.
Yeah.
It's like, really?
I think it's also the Galilea is a very dramatic persona. Like,
Yeah,
she is
that's
very
true.
dramatic and over the top. She is very much so. Like that fits with her personality.
Only pain and death for you, dear. Watch this.
like how people just stand there just like damage over time.
I'm a puddle.
It's amazing.
You know what's very bad is, even though I put my alt down on Marquis, I killed him with a punch.
Best.
Oh, we didn't make it in there.
What?
So I guess we're stopping for a moment.
Probably gonna stop tonight and probably pick it up tomorrow. So why did you do the Miko?
Oh yeah,
GG,
we're gonna play
guys.
again tomorrow, yeah?
I'll be up in the
What
morning in 8
time?
hours.
Why did you? What was in the Discord? What was the thing with Nico?
It was from another Discord. He was like, "We don't have a bowlers thing." I was like, "It's in the Battleborn Discord."
Oh, the emote.
Ew.
All right, so I will see you guys later today because it is now after midnight for me.
Yep, 2 after.
Yeah, you guys are
Oh,
2
yeah.
hours ahead of me, so it's weird. Yeah,
Where are you on the West Coast?
I'm in Oregon,
Portland or whereabouts?
Southern Oregon-ish. Yeah, Southern Oregon, and like near the border of California, kind of, or not
Okay.
near it. It's like not that long of a drive. But yeah.
No, I have family in California and Portland, so.
Yeah. No, I have family in California, yeah, but
So yeah, I am actually familiar with the geography of that area.
Oh, good God! How did I get that many commander packs?
Because when you have 5 people, we get one. We get
but
one.
I
per
have
run.
13 generate commander packs.
You didn't open them whenever you took the break. That's what happened.
I didn't open mine. I'm kind of scared to. Yeah,
Actually,
I'm
when we
I mean,
took
I
the
have
break-
9 generate commander packs, so you only needed, what, 4 unopened before we started this?
I actually opened
Or is it
all
random for all
mine
of us?
when Luigi went for dinner.
Are the
so,
commander
well,
packs
well,
random for
there's
each of
also-
us?
No, they're we get the same ones every time.
I
Okay.
have a ton of LLC commander.
The other option is, are all of your characters CR20?
Oh, yeah, leveling up.
Not. I've been training. I finished training Dandy just now. When I started, she was at level 2.
Yeah, D&D
Yeah,
and
so
playing
you-
Ambra, both of those will get you.
Yeah, you
Generate
will,
commander.
you will get
Commander.
commander packs
Epic
as you
level 2
increase
identified.
your character rank.
Because Umbra is just now at level 18, and she's like level. No, she's 7, I think.
Yeah, you get one at like level 12, I think for sure.
I know 16, 17, 18, 19, 18, and 19 give you a commander pack. And then 20 gives you a legendary.
Yeah, I was level 18 with
I didn't know
with
20 gave you a
Caldarius.
legendary. Ooh.
I'm pretty sure 20 gives you a legendary.
Well, I've never gotten a character to 20 except on PS4, and I wasn't paying attention. That's interesting.
I'm pretty sure it does.
I'm excited to get everyone to 20 now.
But I'm almost at level 20 with all the generates now. Wrath, of course, is the first one.
If we have room, Ghost, you're more than welcome to join us tomorrow.
Yeah, I mean, we were kind of going for pretty much anyone, so.
Yeah, if our room is full of loot boosters, we will not remove someone without a loot booster. But if we need if we don't have a 5th loot booster, we'll be happy to bring anybody in, just to have a 5th person.
Good news, Commander. Epic level gear
It's not like it's costing us anything.
Yeah.
Except time.
No, because we'd still be running with 4 people.
Yeah, that too.
And
Yeah,
so
the amount of time is... I mean, if anything, it makes it shorter because they're just ensuring that the bot isn't taking the capture pad.
Okay, just so you guys know, I have 17 hours left on my XP and loot booster.
13 on mine.
Yeah, I have 13.
Same.
So yeah, that will bleed into the next day, probably even after some sleep.
So, yeah.
And I have more to run tomorrow if for some reason we decide to do this all day tomorrow, too.
I do not plan on doing it all day tomorrow.
Yeah.
I cannot because at 8 is when I usually go to Twitch to do my game stream.
Yeah, so
I mean...
I will well, I kind of want to keep an XP booster and a loot booster for the May 4th.
In case they don't give us one?
In case they don't give us one.
Yeah.
Nice find,
Oh, I got a Vampiric Vestment from a Generate loot pack. Not even a commander pack, a Generate loot pack.
Yeah, they can get that.
Yeah, but it's still rare.
Yeah, I have too many boxes.
My thing is empty enough, I was like, I'll open all the regular, like, boring low number packs, and then I'll leave the epics and cores for tomorrow.
Yeah. Wait, did you guys open your legendaries yet?
Yes, we have.
I still have my 3.
Yet.
Oh, by the way, I'm not sure if you guys heard, but I actually got one of the legendaries that I've been needing for the longest freaking time.
A max roll up, since you have all legendaries.
I finally got a max roll all-for-one morale booster.
Epic level gear identified, Commander.
It's a really it doesn't matter. It's a legendary. That's all you need to know.
It's something that he needed for his collection.
There are 6 of them now that I do not have at max roll. I have every legendary. Like I have pretty much every single piece of gear that you could need.
Oh, I got something I don't have. Skullwolf crest. Ah!
Oh, that's a good one,
I am
too.
pretty sure I don't have this because I don't recognize the sigil.
Oh, by the way, guess what I got another one of?
What?
Natsu, guess.
The thing with the shield. Comeback King.
Yeah. I got yet another one.
I'm afraid to open all my legendary packs because I feel like I'm gonna get Dr. Fist Medic back again. I still don't have a max roll that I got that like 5 times when we got the legendaries.
That look, well, the all-for-one morale booster that have to be like, I've gotten like at least 10 of those, and I finally got a max roll one.
So I have hope, I guess.
Oh, legendary.
Get a max roll.
Solar Sustainer, I think I got that already.
Well, there was actually talking, like I was talking to Natsu about one of my theories that I think that it's like on a per day. I think there is a daily thing where it controls your loot. That there is a seed of some kind where there will be a tendency to drop the same piece of same piece of gear over and over again in a single day.
That makes sense because that one
or a specific set of gear in a single day.
Where it's like,
So like where we're opening all of these like commander packs. So like for if you open 20 of one single like faction, you're gonna get the same 4 pieces 10 times and then none of the others.
Yeah,
that's what I had.
That makes sense.
I think there is that in there somewhere. I think that's involved.
I think that's why I kept getting the same legendaries when I was opening legendary packs.
Well, and I think it is. And the weird thing is, like, we couldn't figure out a reason why. Like, oh, I just got another max roll all for one.
Huh. 2 in the same day. This supports your argument.
3 in the same day. 3 in the same day.
Max roll?
3 max rolls in the same
Ooh.
day. 5 total in the same day.
Yeah, see, I have all of these blues. I just got, I have 3 of that one gauntlet, 2 of this, 2 of this one, and these are all blues, by the way. And these are all next to each other in the thing, and then there's another 4 pieces to the left of that that are the same faction that I got none of.
I just got another Finiskian wrench.
I got one of those earlier.
We
We should pull all of our data to see, like, if we all... Well, I mean, I didn't get any of the ones... there's a lot that you got that I haven't gotten yet.
Well, and I think that's the problem, is that, like, there's a lot of the data...
yeah, there's enough discontinuity in it that's like, oh, I was looking for that, and you still never get it in the same day.
I think, like, it's hard to prove to the devs, because, like, they can always say, oh, that's not representative.
RNG, yeah.
And I'm like, but it's such a, like, some of the data I got, like, you know, the chance if this was truly random, I wouldn't be seeing these clumps this often.
Yes.
Yeah.
The clumps are clumpy enough.
The clumps, like, it is.
There's
clumps
clearly
so
poop
common.
inside of these clumps.
Yeah.
Cat poop. It's a clumping litter, clearly.
What? It's like, you know, like, even just looking at the drops that I had of the
I got another go-go juice. Today was the first time I got a go-go juice. That's my second one.
And like my kind of point would be, like, you know, even bringing up that the data that I got that a lot of people use, where it was like I did the drop rates for the legendaries.
So then the next question becomes, when does that roll over? If I just got a second go-go juice and I got one, like, what, 4 hours ago, 5 hours ago?
Like, it might. Well, the thing is, I'm not sure if it's daily. I'm not sure if it's weekly, because it might be weekly. It might be. It might be when Steam. It might be when Steam rolls over.
I have a question.
They were both
that.
max roll too.
Go ahead.
When you get the loot pack, the contents in it, is it determined when you get the loot pack or when you open it?
When you open it.
Okay.
When you open it.
Solar Sustainer again. That's the second one I just got. So I got a Solar Sustainer earlier, like 5 minutes ago. I just got another Solar Sustainer.
The contents of a loot pack are unknown until you open it.
Game Zone. I have never seen a physical copy of Battleborn, so I have no idea why they gave you 3 discs, and why it only installed with 1. I have absolutely no idea. I thought they didn't make physical copies for PC.
For PC? Okay,
yeah,
that's weird.
I have never seen a physical copy of Battleborn for PC.
Nearby.
Like, I've seen physical copies for consoles.
I have a physical copy for PS4.
Nice find, Commander.
All for 1. I just got it all for 1, and it's 1 point away from max roll. It's $13.99.
Oh, that's
interesting.
That's
that supports your argument now.
Well,
just the one piece of gear. Like, there's other pieces of gear that I've gotten that you haven't gotten. I already had one at max roll though, so it doesn't matter that ones.
And because kind of my issue is, like, I've never said, like, it's not possible to get other for there to be other things. But, like, there is a clumping thing in certain loot on a given time frame that it's really curious. Like, the clumping tendency.
I bet you're all kinds of jazz right
it's
now.
weird.
I'm scared to open mics. I don't want to get another 5 solar sustainers.
Just open them. Like really, my thing is, like, just open them. Like, the worst happens is you'll need to do more.
I'll probably. Should I open them now, or I don't know if I should just wait till tomorrow? Or...
Just open them now. Like, to me, it's like we're all opening gear, so you might as well talk about it.
Yeah, to get the data, maybe. Or
to have people to commiserate with when you get the gear that you want, or, you know, it's just it's a social thing.
Yay, social stuff.
It's like you're opening with a bunch of people that will care about what loot you get.
Maybe I should open them just because I'm curious about that. You guys were saying about the.
I mean, we're already predisposed to want to believe it. So, like, when I get the all for 1, I'm like, all right, well, great, that supports the theory. But there's like I said, there's plenty of gear that I haven't gotten that you guys have gotten today.
Like,
that I would
need. Get the all for 1 if I open it. Like, I'll open one right now and see what happens.
Well, yeah, I don't know. It's weird because, like, I didn't get an all for. The only all for 1s I got were from epic packs. I didn't get a single one from a commander pack, which is weird.
The one I got was from a legendary.
I think I got them from a legendary as well. So I think legendaries and epic packs could have the same loot table.
Oh, I got Friction Fizz, but I already
I got that
had
one
it.
earlier.
What?
Yep. I got one of those earlier.
Now?
Well, okay, well, the point is, just because you get the same thing doesn't mean that it's following this, because, like, there are, like, what, like, 11 different rogue legendaries? Like, it's not super uncommon, like, okay, it's weird, but it's not that weird.
Yes,
and when you've,
max for previous step.
when we've gotten 8 legendaries apiece, at least 8 different legendaries,
It's not unheard of for us to get like the same.
You're not gonna believe what I just got.
all for one.
Yeah, I did. All for one Morale Booster. Is that it? Is that the one?
Yeah.
That's it. Yeah, that's exactly
funny.
what we're talking about. Like, we've gotten a bunch of them today.
At least
I've only
the
gotten
one
one
I have
today.
Isn't max roll, so the one I got was max roll, and I didn't have it.
See, that would definitely be something we could talk to Randy and Randy about today.
Yeah, we did a 5-man stack, and we opened about 75
At least 70.
of like epic packs apiece, not including the 6 legendary packs, not including all of the commander gear, not including all the core packs, and we have noticed a trend, and we would like to discuss it with you, because that's that many packs times 5.
Well, and then of course the point there would be bringing like
That would be great for tomorrow.
Yeah, that's talking about randomization and how randomization games and
Yeah, aren't they talking about like character design tomorrow or something?
They're talking about like kids' character development.
Maybe at the end they'll let us steer towards like game development.
Well, because one thing to point out is that you know the topics that they use are really vague. Like very often, quite often, whatever a caller feels like talking about. Yeah. Well, that's what the two of them will talk about before they start anything else.
I just got Friction Fizz again. Max roll.
Oh my goodness.
It's kind of weird.
So, of course, one thing I will say is that I do not expect any change to happen. It's a weird thing about Battleborn that I've simply learned to
accept.
It's there.
You've accepted
it's
it.
Like it's because it's not going to get changed. Like that would require deep code fixing and a lot of figuring out what the fuck's going on. That isn't going to happen nowadays because they've stopped development. And so you know I've come to peace with that. And it's like, to me, like you're not. It's like when I bring it up and I talk about it, it's more of it's an academic thing.
Yeah, we want to have a better understanding of it.
Like I want to understand the game. I don't really. It's an interesting to talk about because it's fun to think about. Not it's not so much a this needs to be fixed, but it's like, dude, they're already fixed everything they're gonna fix. So
Keeper Seeker Reaper rounds with a flare. Ooh.
Was it a buy or? Oh, it was a good buy. Claw's gone.
Yeah.
Night Claw. Also, I got one of those earlier today, Lars. Remember?
Yeah, I remember.
Yeah, I didn't have that one before.
From an epic or a legendary pack?
I don't remember. It's on. I mean, it's on stream. It's gonna be on YouTube. If they would care to look over this is all going to be on YouTube at some point. It's just going to take like an entire day to upload. I might break it up actually and put it upload it over multiple days.
9 hours of stream.
It's like if you would like to see our data,
we have come prepared.
Yeah.
Call for one.
We have evidence.
You know, I'm so glad about. I finally got a max roll erratic internal capacitor. Like, I'm actually really psyched about that.
That's the purple shield plus skill damage?
That is the free shield generator.
Oh, the free shield. Okay.
The free generator that's minus reload.
Epic level gear identified.
That is the minus reload free shield generator. I finally got one. I am so glad about that.
Huzzah.
Ghost is curious what our hobbies are except for gaming.
I do
Epic level gear identified,
pen and paper gaming, I do video gaming, I do live action role playing, I
Epic
read
level
a lot,
gear
I write,
identified. I bet
I
all kinds of jazz
walk, I
right
have
now.
cats. Really,
Good news,
gaming of
Commander.
every
Epic
imaginable
level gear
variety
identified.
is what it comes down to. For me.
Epic level gear identified. I bet you're all kinds of
Yes,
jazz right
max
now.
roll friction fizz. Yes.
That's what I just got.
Great, another friction frizz.
What the heck? That's
I wish I kind of want us to go back through this and listen to it and tally up like the like everything that we mentioned that we got on stream,
Duplicates.
just to see like, well, yeah, duplicates and like what we didn't get so many of, like what the percentage of stacked things was compared to the rest of the items that we only got singles of.
Epic level gear
Yeah.
identified,
Well,
Commander.
still open his, so there's more there too.
Well, Claw isn't opening at the same time we are.
That's true.
And
Yeah.
one of the things we talk about is they have said numerous times, and it's been pretty well confirmed that the loot is determined when you open it, not when you get it.
Get it? Yeah. I was wondering about that.
So opening it at a different time is gonna tweak that. If our claim is that we're all opening these in the same hour time frame or the same day, and we got really similar loot, something's up here.
Yeah, it's
I'm
kinda
actually
weird.
I might make something on the forums regarding this just to get some discussion going.
Well, my thing is, I brought it up multiple times beforehand, so...
Well, you're not allowed on the forums anymore, so
I
that means
know.
it hasn't been on there for over a year. It'll be like fresh and new.
It's
And we
more
have
than
the
a
data
year,
to back it up
actually.
now.
Oh, has it been? Yeah, it's been a year.
It's been at
over
least a year, hasn't it? It was pre-winter
something like
update,
that.
was it not?
Yeah, it was pre-winter update.
Okay, then it's definitely been over a year.
Actually, it's probably been about a year, actually.
Because winter update was in January.
Yeah, that's when I actually got the game.
And I was pre-winter update. I was right before the winter update.
Wasn't it in December? Because
No,
there was
it was
someone.
January.
Because
It
someone
was
was
January.
talking something about one of the ops, like the thrall ops, and you corrected him, and then they took that as a bad sign and banned you.
That was when one of the times I was banned.
That was one of the times previous that you got banned.
Yeah,
okay.
like what's really funny is like, I still left. One of the times I was banned was like, I was like, well, where did I like cite the point I got wrong?
I gotta
Well,
come back, King.
We can't find anything specific you did
That's
wrong.
another one we've
but
gotten
everyone
today.
just agreed you did something
And at least
wrong.
it's
I'm
a better roll than the one I have. It's a max roll, actually.
like,
Congratulations. That's
Thank
cool.
you.
Epic level
when
gear
I complain about
identified.
the
I bet you're all
Gearbox
kinds
forum
of
mods,
jazzed right now.
there's a lot of
Epic
reasons for me to
level
complain
gear
about them.
identified, Commander.
I've never been on the forums, but it sounds kind of scary for what you're
Oh, it's
There's
just-
nothing
the
there
mod-
now.
Epic level gear
the-
identified.
Oh.
I bet you're all
Well, the
kinds
big
of
thing is the
jazzed right
mods
now.
basically scared all the productive conversation people away. Like, they
Oh.
banned a lot of people.
One of my friends, that played this game a while back, I think she was like one of those people where she'd make discussions. She got banned too, actually.
No, yeah, like and this is the big thing. Like, they would ban people for perceived breaking the rules.
And perceived
Because-
slights that were against members who did not complain about quote-unquote perceived
Yeah.
slights.
One time I was like, the first time I was banned because I said something. I made a joke that was like, I made a joke to Cal out of Demon, that I was like, dude, did you have a problem with that? He's like, no, I didn't have a problem with that. I'm like, dude, apparently like the mods are like getting on my ass about this. I was banned, like I was temp banned for this. Like, we'll just. And they're like, oh yeah, well they're kind of overprotective of me. I'm like, what the fuck? And that was the first time I was banned, was because of that. And it was the mods, like, and what really bothers me is that the actual people at Gearbox, Joe K, who's in charge of them, I brought up how, like, you know, that and he's like, oh yeah, we don't actually the mods don't really matter in anything. And I'm like, you don't even care that they're treating the forums like they're their own personal, duchy. Like, they do what the fuck they want. And he's like, yeah, but it doesn't really matter. It's only the forums. I'm like, only the forums whenever that's one of your biggest jobs is having the forums and moderating the forums.
Epic level gear identified. Huzzah!
Like, this is a peeve of mine, because I spent a lot of time on there. I really enjoyed my time there, and yet I was banned because I was an active and engaged member that they didn't like.
That's fine, Ghost. Whenever you want to join someone on the Discord, they're usually going to be posting a link. They'll post a link in the lobby, and you just have to click that to join, so you don't have to friend everyone.
Yeah, it's
to be
super
able
easy,
to
actually.
join them.
Like, we'll post lobby links. It's really easy, actually.
I think the mods are asleep because Lars didn't actually ever give him any
Any what?
roles. It's in the thing, the general open lobby. I pinged you.
I mean, I did.
You did the thing? You didn't tell him that
Yeah.
you did the thing? Oh.
Well, I mean, I'm
read
sorry.
read the rules, Ghost, and yeah. I think
Oh,
that's
by
all
the way-
that Lars' job was to do, is to tell you to read the rules.
I'm so excited. I also finally got an antiquated fortified ale from Braid max roll. So attack speed, max HP, minus max shield strength, max roll. Finally got one. And you know what the best part is? It's got a chef hat.
Oh, what?
You gonna put that on whiskey?
No, that's a well.
Or Mike.
It's for my Eldred loadout because it's got minus max shield strength. It's a penalized one.
Mm-hmm.
So pretty much a boulder will have a chef hat.
I mean, that's okay, but it's not as good as putting a chef hat on whiskey or Mike.
Yeah, well, Mike
Yeah.
especially. I can't have bacon.
Whiskey is also a cook. Hello.
Well, yeah, but he doesn't wear a toque.
How do
The
you
only-
know when he's in there he doesn't wear one?
The only character that we know wears a toque is Baker Mike.
That's only because he has it in his picture. It doesn't mean that he doesn't take it off when he goes out to fight.
What imagine him fighting in it now?
Well,
He probably also takes his mustache off to fight, you know?
It's like I still totally wish that they had a loan shark, like a shark head flare
Like, what?
Oh, that would be fun.
for loan shark Mike.
Yeah.
It's like that would have been amazing. I was so sad they didn't do that.
That would have been hilarious.
Oh, I also have a nurse hat. I have a hat flare nurse. What happens if you try to wear multiple hat flares?
Whichever the newest one is, it will replace
Take precedence.
it.
Okay.
Yes.
So that's so dumb. Then I kind of wish they'd have like you'd have multiple because aren't most of them heads?
There's hats and ears. It's basically the two of them are hats and ears. I think
I
most
hate
of
that.
them are actually ears. But
Well,
depends on what node they attach to on the character is going to determine how it's replaced or not. Because I think there's certain ears you can
there's
have
also
multiples
horns.
of.
There's also horns.
Yeah, the horns are like they're basically ears. They use the same
Well,
nodes.
they're horn. There's horns flare, ears flare, and hat flare.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I forgot horns and ears are two different things. Yeah. Whoops.
Again, they use the same nodes, and some of them look the same. Like those ears I had the other day, I think they were called cute ears. They look like horns. They were not cute at all.
They lied.
Oh, they were like the floppy things. They were
Well,
like floppy.
they weren't floppy so much as the ears were pointed different directions,
Yeah.
and yeah.
Well, they reminded me of like cloth ears on a stuffed animal.
Yeah, I could see that.
Like that's what they
Only
reminded
22
me of.
core packs left. Oh my gosh. Oh.
Yeah, I went through. I went through. I think I've gone through all of mine and sold all of my redundants.
Still, you go through all the like core and epic and Be fun.
Yeah, it can be kind of
Epic
annoying.
level gear identified, Commander.
I shouldn't act that way. It makes me sound entitled. I should be glad I got so many. It's just. I
Well,
don't know,
it's fine. It's not entitled. It's literally. It's like okay. Like yeah. Like it's.
It's annoying
Yeah.
because there's certain
Just
features that
curious.
should be in here that aren't.
Like open up a bajillion packs should have been a feature.
Yeah, and automatically sell any duplicate that is equal or less than,
Yeah,
whatever.
should've been a
Yeah.
Or
Like that
you
should
know,
that should just automatically happen. Just automatically turn them into coins. Don't even offer them to me. And
Yeah, 'cause,
when
like,
you
I-
offer me coins, don't make me press X over each one of them. Have one button. When I hit transfer all, this should also get all the coins. It should do the same thing.
Yeah.
That'd be nifty.
Well, I think I'm gonna go because you know.
Nothing
day
else,
now.
Lars? Yeah. Yeah, the sun is probably up over where you are, huh? You can see the
Well,
light?
it's still kind of gray, but
Kinda
yeah, it's
gray.
getting up.
Alright, well you have a good day / night, Lars. Assuming you're
Have a
going
good
to sleep.
I'm gonna sleep a bit, but I'm not all day. That's for damn sure.
Have a good have a good sleep, Lars.
Yeah, thank you.
We'll see you
I
in
just
some
got-
hours.
I
Bye.
just got a Benedict skin.
Which
Oh.
one?
Blue Rooster. I think it's a Magnus pack.
Oh yeah, that
Yeah.
sounds like it.
Yeah, clearly. Well, on this note, let me just quit. No, quit the game. I mean,
Yeah. That way you're not in the game anymore. Then all you have to do is
Level
leave the
here
Discord.
I bet you're all kinds of jazz.
and yep. Good day, goodbye, good night, whatever. I don't know.
Bye.
Bye.
Nice meeting you.
Bye.
Yeah,
Don't-
blue
don't
Sounds
booster.
sleep
super
in
formal. I'm
drives.
sorry.
Oh, blue booster is the is that kind of it's that kind of pink.
Blue Rooster.
That it's that lavender.
Oh yeah.
Blue booster.
Oh, is it Booster?
It's blue booster.
Okay, the
It's-
first time
it's-
you read it,
it's-
you said Rooster.
I thought it was rooster. But it's the lavender, blue, and red one. That really weird. I don't know, that really weird color setup. Some of the Magna skins are just so fugly.
Yep.
Like the
I think they probably like tested them on like one character. It's like, what one character does this look good on? All right, great.
Well, but they have to do it for like so many different characters. Like, because they're all like a lot of those reskins. Like they'll do
I
them.
think
they'll
they
customize
only
it for each.
pick like one character. Like, what's a good color scheme for this one character? I really do feel that way.
I don't know. It's, I have.
Cause like, so the Demon Bear skin, because it's Montana Ops, I feel like the Tier 1 skin only looks good on Montana. I feel like he's the one that they tested on to see if it looks good.
Well, and part of my issue is like when you're looking at like sometimes like this one color here doesn't always stay the color elsewhere. Like
Yeah,
you
when
look
you
at,
go in
like,
game and there's different lightings effects. Yeah, that's completely
I'm
different
talking
color.
about, so I'm talking about this. Like I'm talking about one for like for Eldragon. I'm looking at his Eye Tormenta and Blazer Azul. In one of them, his so the mask, just the arm under, like not the metallic part of his arms, but his actual like the underscore arms, and like part of his pants and his belt buckle are black. In Blazer Azul, the black either gets turned the metallic turns metallic blue or red. So it's not like individuals, like there are zones that are that have like the fill in the color, but they aren't universal. It's not like there's three zones and they just move the palettes around.
Right.
So someone did go in there and basically say like put this color in this section, this color in this section, this color in this section. I have a feeling that they just that it was really like it wasn't as.
Hey, I have a question. Do you have a quick cache miner? Will you go to your gear and select that?
Which one's that one?
It's a shard generator. Either the one with or without the negative, doesn't matter. It's a green common. And I guess let me check and see.
Yeah,
the purples do it too. So hover over it.
Quick cache miner.
Yeah.
Okay.
Is it blinking? Like the dot at the bottom?
Like when it hovers over it?
Yeah, like when you're on it, it actually it increases the size of the image and then shrinks it back again?
Yeah.
Is it blinking?
It's not blinking, but it definitely is moving.
I have on my screen, and I wondered if this was something to do with the capture. Only the UPR, those are UPR, right? Yeah, those are UPR, are doing that. They're blinking, and none of the other
Would you like me to tell you why?
Blink.
It's an optical illusion. It's an optical illusion. Because the UPR symbol on there is it's that horizontal line, and as it grows, the line is moving up and down.
But see, even when I move off of it, I don't see a horizontal line.
It's still
it's
on
a
there.
dot.
I'm seeing it on. I see it on. I see a line on there.
Oh, you're okay. On the big version of it, I can see it. Okay, I can see that. I could see how that would be turned into. I don't know why it turns black on the screen. I would think it would turn brown like the surrounding area, but it actually turns black on mine.
It's an optical illusion.
I actually want to take I have a feeling the capture is probably messing it up. Like it's.
Well, I see exactly what you're doing there. It's because the dot is moving physical location because it's very far away from the center of the image, and the line itself is moving, and because you see that there is an image. It's the pair. We like lines to stay where they are.
Okay, so what actually happened? So I have actually screen capped this. It looks black because the yellow was there. It's actually the same color brown as all around it. There's just the lines disappear actually. Let me make this a thing here.
Guys, I'm gonna go. I'm starting to fall asleep.
Yeah, I'm almost there. Good night.
Yeah. So I'll see. Thanks for letting me join you guys.
Join again.
Yeah. So maybe I'll see you tomorrow. Maybe not. I don't know.
Yeah,
good
we'll
night.
see. We'll see how it turns out.
Yeah. Good night.
Rar. That was really fun. I was really glad we did that.
That was probably the best thing I've ever had. All right, let me send you this image. Well, not stream. Loot boost event.
Well, I think part of that was that we just had these people, and we
had
weren't
people
being
who-
super.
Yeah.
Like we weren't being really serious about it.
So basically, what happens is in the default image it's a square that is the color of the gem there, and then it flickers between that and that because it's at 720p. It can't decide whether so it looks like it's actually turning on and off that.
Epic level gear identified.
Oh, well,
see what
I
I
know
mean?
I know I'm pretty high resolution. So
I'm on 720 on here because that's all my for whatever reason, it won't output to 1080 even though I'll change the resolution of the adapter to 1080. It will properly output it at 720. Oh, hidden charger. They got a hidden charger earlier, just an FYI.
I'm betting who got a hidden charger.
I think it was Lars, but I already have one. But what I mean is, he got one earlier.
Hidden charger's really good. Hidden charger's really good.
I've gotten multiples of them. That's what I mean is I don't need it. I just know that someone got it today.
Yeah, so
that's
a really good
thing.
I nerfed it because it was so amazing before they nerfed it.
Well, they had to. Because it was broken with all those other things. People literally had unbreakable shields.
Yeah. Yeah, I know. But it's kind of essentially that they're bad at math because they miss that kind of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, why would you not have shield redux like that?
Well, CC gear and Pendles.
Yeah.
Oh, no,
yeah.
you get 100% CC gear. We don't know what'll happen. Oh, it breaks the game. That's all right.
Because you add that much on a passive on him.
Yeah.
So.
But you can't change his passive because that's passive.
Except that passive is completely bunk.
Yeah.
That passive makes no sense. No sense. I get a feeling that passive was basically written as, well, we're afraid he'll get locked down, so let's give him a passive that makes it hard to lock him down. Except that doesn't actually make him hard to lock down. It just
locks him down for less time, which he has so much less health. He doesn't need to be locked down, as long as other characters. The funny thing.
It's I don't know. I really think that doing it as a chance to ignore CC would have been a lot better.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Oh well, I'm actually fond of it lessening whatever the CC effect is, like by a tier. I would prefer that because if you make it a percentage, you had all complain that that's unreliable, and it basically makes the game too much RNG. I know, but they're just saying don't add any more to it, and so I'm saying a reliable way to have that in is to just lessen the amount of CC.
Well,
whatever tier that CC is.
I could say that, but the thing is, so what happens? What does a slow get reduced to?
It depends. If it's a heavy slow, it'll be slow. If it's a medium slow, if it's a low slow, then it'll actually get negated. Yeah,
it's like that becomes kind of a.
That's what I mean.
A weird thing.
Like a stun will become a root. And I gotta come back caning again. Another one. Next roll.
So that gets really weird because how much CC do you need before it gets reduced by a tier? How much CC?
But that's just fine. I mean, people complain there's already too much CC in the game. You're just so let's say you have people in public matches who actually will get all of the stuns in the game. So you literally have 5 stuns. If you can reduce that to roots, you might actually stand a chance.
Yeah, no, and I get that. It's just you have to design around that, and you have to actually
I think
the numbers behind it becomes really weird.
I'm fine with that because every single one of these would only be 1 tier of CC taken off. So the most you could take off is 4 tiers. So let's say it's a stun. It gets taken down to a root at the first tier. The next is a heavy slow. The next one is a medium slow. So from a stun, The worst
Well,
that the best you can make it is a medium slow.
Well, so programmatically, I would probably do CC as as a percentage thing. So like is a CC thing is C value. So like whenever you're 300% CC'd, you're stunned. Whenever you're 200% CC'd, you're rooted. Whenever you're 100% CC'd, you are slowed. And less than 100% is that's the proportion. Like then you have some kind of scaling thing for however much of the CC of the 100% is you're slow that. And that would actually you could actually do a 20% reduction in the value. So a 20% reduction, so it's 300% is you reduce that by 21%. So you're not stunned, you're just rooted, and I could see
but
that.
But then there would be no benefit stacking it at all.
What do you mean? Oh, to CC? Well, no, because then it would actually
because the best you could get would be 60%, which is still.
Well, no, but the 60% reduction is because that's.
You're talking about 60% out of the 300. So if you reduce the 300 to 100 and 60% out of that, so you're at below 200. So you're at a heavy slow.
No, 300 or higher
because
it
would be like 180 or something.
300 or higher is stun. 200 or higher is root. So if you stacked up 60, that's slow. You're turning any slow into a medium. Give me a second.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Which hero would I recommend you play first? Honestly, try them all out. Play a match as everybody, and find out who you like. There's no on.
What was that?
I was talking to the chat. He was asking which one recommend to play first. I was like, just play them all and then pick someone.
Well, yeah, find a character you enjoy.
Also,
like,
stop
play them
dying,
all until
please.
Yeah, sorry. Find a character you enjoy. Play everyone until you find something you enjoy. Play that until you find someone else.
And you may decide to only play one character. That's fine.
Well, and then one of the other problems I know there are some characters that don't become really fun to play until you get higher with them.
Well, or even until you get like specific gear, like max health gear for like Milka or Eldragon or something.
Yeah. Or a good example to me was I did not enjoy Ambra until I got Radiant Halberd.
I didn't enjoy Ambra until she was level 12. And got her last ceremony or whatever it is.
Yeah, and it's like Amber's one of those characters like the mutations completely change how she plays. Or like Alani, thankfully, like you need Wave Shock to make her deal decent damage. That's her very first mutation, which is really early. So that's not that bad. Just be warned that there are some characters that you need to play a bit to actually be able to unlock the stuff that makes them playable.
I was really dedicated to Ambra, and I didn't know for several levels that she had another Helix. I just was like, how are people making Ambra a healer? It's like I can't effectively heal people spots like sunspots appearing.
Yeah, well, kind of one thing that if you're playing a character, and you're like, well, this character isn't fun, you ask and say like, well, when does this character start becoming effective?
Yeah,
and like maybe it's the tactics you're using, like maybe you're using. Like if you're playing Thorn as a sniper in PvP rather than as a caster, that's gonna be a problem. Or it could be like, what if you're like, oh well, I do this, like, well, this character doesn't actually unlock the ability to be effective at this role until this character rank.
Mm-hmm.
So I would definitely recommend it's like play the characters and if you can't figure out why this character is people ask. And like in the Discord, because the Discord, we're pretty good at explaining that kind of stuff.
Ghost says he got a Firstborn pack. That's what that's called. I assume that's basically a pre-order.
I think that's the Founder pack, actually.
Is it the Founder?
I think that's the Founder pack, actually.
I'm pretty sure the first. Well, I mean.
No, because that one was a Founder.
I'm pretty sure
pack.
it's a pre-order. Because
Firstborn
Firstborn was one. Wasn't that one of the titles?
I know it's one of the titles, but it wasn't a pack as far as I knew. Did they do that after the fact, maybe?
I have no idea.
Because before it was just like stuff you unlocked, it didn't unlock a pack. It just gave you.
I'm very curious. I'm very curious.
Go ahead and open it.
His game's still downloading. That's okay. I think that's what.
Oh, does it say gives you the Firstborn pack?
I assume
on the
something
yeah
like that.
the firstborn pack is actually the firstborn pack on the firstborn pack is like is it just that's on the marketing, it's just that's what you get. You'll load in with that stuff.
Okay.
Like it's not actually a pack in what's it called? It's not actually a pack in game. Just a, you know what I'm talking about? Like it's not a loot pack. It's just this is the stuff you get, and they say it's pack on the packaging.
Here's the digital content. It's a pack.
Yeah.
Okay, I finally opened. I'm done.
Did you buy your
I'm
your
up one
Magnus
more
packs?
legendary. I'm not buying until we get to Battleborn Day, in case they go on sale. And I got 6 more new Tonsu skins out of the boxes. I got the violin taunt finally. This is the first time I have the violin taunt for Wrath on either PS4 or PC.
You just do not.
I was never like I got the same skins and taunts on mostly the same between the two platforms.
Yeah. So I just like so much music. I used to get. I got all these a long time ago.
That's because you got all of those commander packs from doing ops. I didn't.
Yeah.
Well, I basically ran almost no ops.
Yeah, you didn't do that much PvE. You also.
Well, I did a lot of story. I did a lot of PvE in the first month of the game, and the beta.
Yeah.
And then after slowly slipped into PvP, and I've only done PvE when people ask me to.
Yeah, so I think it's also a fair amount that you stuck to a single. You split between consoles.
Yeah, I'm split between consoles, and I have, I only have 700 hours a piece or something like that. Like it might be up to 800 a piece now. I haven't checked a couple of months.
Right. So I'm gonna head to sleep.
Yeah, I'm just gonna clear out these characters.
I are tired, so
I'm falling fast.
I will talk to you tomorrow.
Bye. Ghost, I'm pretty sure that is a pre. There were 5. You can actually see it here in the marketplace. We go to the skins. These 5 skins right here. These were all pre-order skins that they available until a year after the game came out. Reyna, Montana, Marquis, and Wrath. Yeah. So all of these. This is actually a pre-order. These are pre-order bonuses that you got with that. So that first pre-order thing. There's also a title it will give you, which I don't think is listed in here because it's invisible until you unlock it. So I probably don't have it because I don't think they ever released that one. Yeah, I don't have it. But there is actually a title called Firstborn that's not going to be listed with all of these. And that hey, was a pre-order. And I think there was a few other things included. I'm not sure. I know that if you get the digital deluxe edition, there's some taunt skins along with that. Yeah, obviously, Ghost. I wasn't aware that you could purchase that. I don't know how you have access to that. I have no idea how that happened, and I wasn't aware they ever made physical copies of any of this stuff. So, yeah. With that, I think I'm going to call it a night. We've cleared all of the stuff out. You guys have heard all of the information about all the gear. You've seen me a lot of gear today. And I thank you all for joining me on this stream, and if you're watching on YouTube, I applaud you for watching through this. I don't know if I'm going to break this up yet, but just any amount of this that you watch through, I applaud you. Because you for the interactiveness of it. I know it's not the same thing watching it recorded on YouTube. So, again, thank you guys, and a good night.